proving
You
that
were
you're wrong.
weakening his
And
statement, which
then
is
when he
called a
shows that you're
straw man.
wrong, you just
And I'll
talk
talk
over
over
him. And
you.
so that way
One
the
mouth, two
audience
ears.
doesn't have to
Less
face the fact
talking,
that you were
more ear
wrong
opening.
because
Less talking, more ear opening. Less talking, more ear opening. Are you doing the ear opening part now? Oh, good
yeah.
little buddy.
Okay,
What you're
guys.
doing is straw
Um
manning, not steel manning. You're
no.
weakening his position. Weakening it, not strengthening it, weakening it.
I'll just
We
Bev
wait.
was very
I'll just
specific
are
wait
with
until
his words.
live.
y'all. Right. Once more, a steel man is when you restate the position back to the person, not in their exact words, in your own words, and then you ask them to confirm or deny that. It
Awesome.
is
Keep
not,
going.
shut up. It is not putting words into someone else's mouth. It is asking
Yeah.
them to confirm. You
Awesome.
confirm it.
We heard you. Keep going.
Okay.
Keep steel
Bev,
man in Bev.
I will steel man this position. Is it your position, Bev? Is it your position that water is a horizontal plane, that a water surface is a horizontal plane?
A water level is a tool for establishing a horizontal plane, as is all tools called levels. They all do the same thing. They establish horizontal planes of reference.
I am comfortable with that statement, Bev, because I find that that is consistent with the idea that perhaps water forms a giant sphere. Are you comfortable with that?
With a horizontal plane? No, I'm not comfortable with a horizontal plane being a sphere. No.
Now, what we agreed to, I think, was that the water level is a tool, check, that can be used to establish, check, a horizontal plane, check. Not that any water level you make at any time in any place will always be a plane. Notice the difference.
Right. Well, we used the function of the water level that establishes a horizontal plane in order to do a realizing Euclid test. And
Yeah,
it's that
and that
that's
is
caused
fine.
you
can
to say that
enjoy
we're a
that.
liar and all sorts of stuff. Strangely
Okay.
enough.
The central question, though, that many people have, and I asked you this over and over, is: are you saying that you have proven that all four risers on your water plane, on your water level, are planar?
Yeah, the water level is a tool for establishing a horizontal plane. We use that in order to perform the test.
I'm taking that as a no.
Test. You're taking
I'm taking that as a no. We took it as a given.
What, that a water level is a tool for establishing a horizontal plane? Yes,
You
that's
took
what it is.
the sentence, a water level is a tool for establishing a plane, and you extrapolated from there to infer that all four risers on your water level are coplanar.
Well, we use that fact to check that we no part of a straight line would lie within the plane and another part without it. Yeah, we used it geometrically. We used the function of a water level establishing a horizontal plane to place two together with a shared straight line segment in the center to realize Euclid, make Euclid on the paper real in reality.
Yeah, you say that, and this is where I find it. I find it, from my point of view, as dishonest. This sounds deceptive to me, because I asked a question and then the answer I got back was not the question that I asked. Right? I mean, obviously you guys see that in my responses. You feel like in some of my responses that seems like what I'm doing. So we're going to need to clarify to get to an understanding.
Why are you so upset?
I'm not upset.
Okay. Do you like
myself,
the idea of the realizing Euclid test, where we take the Euclidean geometric principles of Book 11, solid geometry, to apply them to reality? Do you like the idea of doing that?
I'm going to say neither here nor there. I find it not particularly interesting.
Hmm. Okay, I thought you like those sort of tests, though, right?
I like
Those are
tests
the
that can
foundations.
discern between a question. Like you give me a question of some kind, any question. What came first, the chicken or the egg, right? Give me a question.
Can you
Any question.
establish a horizontal plane in reality?
Can I establish a horizontal plane in reality? Is that the question?
Sounds like a good question, doesn't it?
Okay. I don't know. That seems like a bit of a trivial question. I would say, of course, you can. You need to clarify for me what it is exactly that we're testing for because it seems quite trivial to do that.
Yeah, you just said give us a question that we could test for.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, like,
It is a question we could test for.
could you prove a straight line in reality? Let's go even simpler. Like, let's start off with that.
That's a much better question.
Okay.
And depending on your personal definition of the word prove, I think that's something you could explore. Yeah.
And could you put 2 points, those 2 points, to form that straight line? Could you position them horizontally towards each other? Could you position them both on the same horizontal plane?
I'm saying, are you saying that this is something you want to test for?
No, I'm just, like you said, give us some questions.
Yeah, give us questions you want to test.
Yeah, I'm saying, could you do
make
that?
a
Yeah.
line?
Could you take that back
Can
to
I make a
your
line?
people?
Well, yeah, not a very interesting test, but yeah, I can do it.
Do you think it's not a very interesting test? Now, could you position those 2 points horizontally? And how would you prove it's a straight line?
Interesting. Yeah, okay. Are you asking me how would I, or is
Yeah.
that how would I test whether I had succeeded?
Yeah, whether you do actually have a straight line.
Yeah, that's the tough one, right? Any 2 points defines a straight line, so I would say that's by definition. If I have 3 points,
How would you prove that?
Could I prove that 2 points makes a line?
How the straight line?
2 points always makes a straight line.
Yeah, but how would
It's
you
just
prove
geometry.
that? Hello, Mr.
It's just
Science.
geometry.
That how would you prove it?
With mathematics.
I would say, just to give you a bit of a hint, because it seems like you're taking fucking ages. It's the shortest distance between those 2 points.
That's good. That's good. Sure.
Yeah. So you could test that, couldn't you? Because then you wouldn't be able to get a shorter distance. You could get longer distances by making it curved and wibbly wobbly and going round the houses, but you couldn't make it a shorter distance.
Very good. Okay. Yeah. So you suggest I could test the principle that a line is the shortest distance between 2 points.
I'm saying I've just give you a method to how to prove. Now, how would you prove the straight line? Or because you just said mathematically, definitionally, you went straight to a definition.
I didn't understand what you were getting at.
Yeah.
How would I prove the mathematics? Well, honestly, I would still do it mathematically, but
you would prove a straight line mathematically.
Proofs occur in mathematics, just like all the proofs you've shown, using geometry.
But you'd need to be able to graph it, wouldn't you? Put the location markers for those 2 points.
Actually, I don't know.
And then you'd need elevation in order to make a slope to find the hypotenuse rather than the shortest distance, just to make sure. Or you could start off with the horizontal plane, and then you would know that the straight line would lie within that plane, thus guarantee the straight line geometrically.
If you could establish a plane, then you could establish that the points lie within the plane. Then you've got points within a plane, and then you could establish that those are coplanar because they lie within the plane.
It would have to be within the plane, wouldn't it? It would have to be a straight line because all the 2 points would join a straight line within the plane. So if you have a
You
tool that
bet.
establishes a plane, you can also establish the horizontal distance between those 2 points. And know
If you
it's
had a tool that
horizontal and know
establishes a
there's no
plane.
hypotenuse, right? There's no slope. So
Mhm.
which would establish a greater distance than that horizontal, wouldn't it?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a tool that establishes a plane, you use it to make a plane, you locate some points within that plane, and you say they must now be in the plane.
Yeah, the tool. Once you know that you've got a tool
Right.
that establishes a horizontal plane, you
Okay,
apply that
cool.
geometrically, Euclidean geometry.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
totally cool. Have you proved now that the tool creates a plane, or have you just relied on it?
Well, if all of that methods that you're using apply to Euclidean principles, then you surely can use Euclidean principles to prove the statements that you're making. I mean, if you are going to give up those Euclidean principles, then you also have to give up all of the proofs of the statements that you ever make. I mean, how do you know what a straight line is if you don't have those Euclidean principles to fall back on?
I don't believe I question the Euclidean principles.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just realizing Euclid, obviously using Euclidean principles,
I
which
don't
apply
believe
to
I
reality.
questioned the Euclidean principles.
Oh.
Did
I
I?
don't believe you would. I mean, you'd be stupid to
What
be
I
doing that,
what I
wouldn't you?
asked you, what I asked you was, at what point did you prove that your tool created a plane?
The water level.
Yeah,
It's a tool
that
for
your
establishing.
tool,
It's a level.
and is that a proof?
Well, that levels are tools that establish horizontal planes of reference.
Yeah, do you have proof for that?
Well, I mean, what would you mean by proof? When you buy an auto level, it's a tool that establishes a horizontal plane of reference. You get it calibrated to make sure it establishes a horizontal plane of reference. And when you buy a water
proved it?
level, you buy it as a tool so you can find a level point that's neither higher nor lower with zero slope. Mathematically, that's called a horizontal.
Okay, great. And at no point are you willing to consider the possibility that it is not giving you a plane?
It's a water level.
Right, and so you
What
won't
else
even
can it do?
entertain, you will not even entertain the possibility that it creates something other than a plane.
Well, what do you mean by entertain?
I
Like,
mean,
I've got a water level here, right? I've got a water
Uh-huh.
level. Now, what do you want me to entertain? Do
I want you to entertain the
put my
idea.
camera on?
I want you to consider the possibility that that water level is not creating a plane at all.
Why would
Some
we?
other thing.
Because you
Why
said
would
so?
It's axiomatic, though.
I'll entertain you showing us that it doesn't do that. Go ahead. I can't wait. But you just spouting it off? No, I won't entertain that. You want to show us
Do you
how a
prove
water level doesn't create that horizontal? I would love to see that, sir.
which
Okay,
is also
so
which is also what Bev, just to be clear, which is also what Bev asked you if you were going to do on last Friday's stream. If you were going to do a test that proved that a water level was not a tool that establishes a horizontal. And I will say, we in here understand that levels and a water level are tools to establish a horizontal plane. It is axiomatic.
Yeah,
You
he's
need to
not even
prove.
saying that. He's not even saying that they don't. He agreed with Bev that they do. Now he's asking Bev if he would entertain if they don't.
Yeah, can I just
Well, why would
point this
Bev
out
entertain
now?
fantasy?
I've got.
Yeah.
Can you see my camera? I can science
We can in the Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it in the Discord.
Okay. Now, this is the sort of stuff I wanted to show you, but I couldn't do it. Right? I've got a water level here, and this one here. This is a water level here. Right. So, what do you want me to entertain about this not being horizontal? Right? Do you want me to entertain this one being higher or lower than this one, or this one being higher or lower than this one? Or do you want me to entertain something around here that obviously isn't there? What is it that you want me to entertain?
I think that it would be wise to entertain the idea that perhaps a water level does not create a perfect plane.
So this, you want me to entertain this either being higher or lower than this one, and this one being higher or lower than this one. Some sort of a slope.
Some sort of a shape that may not be a perfect plane.
So go on then. What is the shape that you want us to entertain? This point here of the water level and this point here of the water level. This could be any scale. These circles that are here, they could be of any length, right? The circles, the geometry that applies here for this straight line that goes all the way across with the shared straight line segment, doesn't apply to any particular distance. It's just geometry. And as it says in Euclid, any distance from the centre to the outside, it doesn't matter. Any distance. So that could be any big. And I'd say the same for the water level myself too.
Right. Exactly. You say the same for the water levels, and I'm suggesting that that is not something you have tested. That is something you simply accepted.
Well, no, we have definitely. We've got 400-meter water levels. Do you know anybody else that's ever got any practical water levels bigger than 400 meters? And then would you say to them that they've never tested it?
I think it's a good idea to test it.
To test what? What is it that you think we should test? Whether this one's higher or lower than this one? Or whether this one's higher or lower than that one? And how would you test that?
I have a question, and the question is, does water create a perfect plane or not?
Would you say
I think that's a good question to ask.
There is a slope to the water level? If I take that one 4 miles off in that direction, right, would it be higher or lower than this one? Or would it establish a horizontal, a straight line all the way across the two? Even?
It's gonna depend on how you define higher or lower. There's more than one way to look at that question.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what I mean. See this line from here to here. Then higher would be above it and lower would be below it, right? It's quite easy because you have a level here and a level here. It's dead easy to see where that line is. Because what you could do is you could take this one. Look at this. Watch how good this is. Look, comes over here as well. Yep, goes over
so
here.
You're talking about Cartesian?
Put it over here as well. That. Oh, how does it do that?
Are you talking about Cartesian
it's like magic,
coordinates?
isn't it? And I could take it as far as away as I wanted. This is a water level. It's what it does. As long as I have this tube, it's long enough.
Okay.
I can move this over there, can't I? It's not very complicated. What are you saying? I'm saying that wherever it is, it would be that line in between the two would be a horizontal. Do you not agree?
I think you are just claiming something with no test. You may have read it somewhere in a citation and you're just accepting that citation. In fact, your interpretation of that citation as fact without having tested it.
Right. So if we were to put one in the center, what would happen? Yeah.
I think, and I'll say it again, I think you're taking the citation and interpreting that to mean water is always horizontal in a plane, and that is a claim that you're taking uncritically. You have not been critical of that claim. You have not tested it or even tried to evaluate it.
I've not tested what? That this from here to here being a horizontal plane. Because it works like this.
You're saying that your water level made a perfect horizontal plane.
Go like that.
Right? Are you or are you not saying water levels make a perfect horizontal plane?
It's a plane. This can go anywhere. Over there, over here.
Can you just say, yes, I am saying that?
It's a horizontal plane. This end here can go over here, over there, over there, over there, and it will be a horizontal plane no matter where I put it. That's
Right.
what
He's not.
that's what it does.
The difference is he's not just saying. Bev's not just saying it. It's
He is
actually
just saying
being
it.
shown.
Spot on.
It's
Spot on,
being
but he's just
shown.
saying it.
Can you
again?
see it or not?
He's saying it, and he's moving a tube around.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
showing you too. Saying it, showing it. And then
So
you're going,
within the
can you say
within
it?
the tolerance of an eyeball method over a meter, it appears to be planar. Is that enough tolerance to satisfy this question for you guys? Is it? What he's showing there is precise enough to say 2,000 years of science, they're wrong.
That's not what
is
he's saying. And
whoa! Don't let that go. Don't let that go. To what 2,000? Whoa, guys, hang on. What 2,000 years of science would be wrong? Exactly.
Yeah, but that's what I was trying to get to much earlier. This is where we got into the big fight. Was I believe somebody has come here before at some point and said what I am saying now, which is that we are taught in mainstream science that water does not create a plane, but here in the world we live in, water creates a giant.
that's a
stream.
water level tool, sir. You seem to be conflating again. Deceiver, maybe.
Yes.
Just plain
Maybe.
out dumb is the other part. That you can't
water
remember
level-
that you're doing it.
We're
Okay.
talking about a water level tool.
Tool.
What
Okay.
Bev
Not
is
water.
showing.
One at a time, guys.
Quit being
would
so
like to-
condescending and answer his question. What 2,000-year-old science are you talking about that says the water level tool isn't creating a horizontal?
Water level tools are made of water.
So
This one's
There is
made of
nothing
plastic.
magical.
hammers are made of steel.
There is nothing magical about the plastic tube that makes the water.
You're
in the
dead
tube
wrong about
behave
that.
differently.
It's called a vessel.
There is nothing
Hydrostatics.
magical. There is nothing magical about the plastic tube.
Yeah,
that
you're
makes
wrong.
It behave differently from water without a tube.
I don't think you understand science.
Yeah, you're just
At
dead
this
wrong.
point, I'm thinking you don't understand science. That's what I'm thinking.
I think that's how everybody thinks, like on his side. I think they think a water level tool, putting water in a tube.
You cut out there. Did you have more? Did you mute him?
No, his phone call.
Oh.
Obviously. Right. Can you see this here? I've put one in the middle.
Of course I can see
No,
that.
it's not quite.
Yeah,
in
I
the
can see
middle.
that. You guys are taking a lot of my time up here.
Yeah.
Can we just cut
You
to
see
it?
this one in the middle? What do you think would happen? I keep hearing Blue Marble in the chat saying if you had a middle one in, you'd be in real trouble. I think he's talking to you. What would happen with the water level here? Because you can't move this one down or up, can you? Can you?
There are two theories that I am aware of at this time.
For what?
In
For the
theory
globe?
number one.
Globe theory number one.
In theory number one, those 3 points lie on a perfect plane.
Okay.
In theory number two,
That's a globe.
they lie along the surface of a sphere,
Okay.
equidistant from the center point
Okay.
of their gravitational attraction.
So then this one, because the two problems you have is, do you go personally with the drop of the water level from one side here, whoop, but that means you lower in this one or lower in this one, which is obviously ridiculous as it shows there, right? But then the other theory is the hump, where they put a rise in this middle one, like Wallace, right? Because that's what Wallace did. He put that one up, right? Now,
That is
Rumpus is going for the full quadratic nutsack drop. Rumpus is dropping the water level over here. Do you do that, or do you go like Blue Marble and lift the center bit up?
Okay, I'm going to try not to sound condescending here.
Uh-huh.
That is a classic false dichotomy.
Oh, you've got a third
If we
one.
took
What's
some
the third
time,
option?
if
Oh,
we
sorry,
spent some
horizontal
time
plane's the
together-
third option.
If we spend some time together really engaging in active listening and really trying to understand each other, I believe that I could make you understand that that is not a question of either or, but that those are two different ways
No,
of describing
it's
the same
obviously
phenomenon.
a horizontal plane. I mean, like, we know that that is a horizontal plane. I'm just asking you, in your mind, when you go with your model and you put a curve to this, do you go for the drop of either end? I don't know, relative to where you are. Put a person there, then that end drops, and put a person there, then this end drops. Or do you go with the lifting of the middle, like Blue Marble Science does? It's because that's the science view, obviously. I mean, he's even drawn elevation profiles of it with a hump. He calls this
Maybe
line
it would
here that
help
we
if
call the
we tried to
horizontal
steel
line. He
man
calls that an internal tangent chord plane.
Maybe it would help if you tried the Steelman approach for me.
I
Why don't you
can't.
tell me
There's
what
no
you
way.
think?
It's a straight line. There is
Why
no
don't you-
steel man for the globe model. I'm sorry. You cannot do it
Why is that?
because it's a
Why is that?
horizontal plane. It's a straight line.
So we'll repeat again. You refuse to entertain the idea that it is not a straight
What
line.
I'm saying, what do you want me to entertain? Do you want me to entertain the drop of the water level on this side, or do you want me to entertain a raise of the middle?
Okay, and here's where I'm coming from.
Go on.
Where I'm coming from, people understand this material enough that the question you just asked would never be asked by anyone who was serious.
I know, because it's
So
a
I'm
paralogism, isn't it?
Struggling
Like,
to believe that your question is not intended to deliberately be deceptive,
No,
that
no.
you truly
Look,
do not understand.
we used this tool to establish this shared straight line segment to realize the Euclidean thing. It says at the top, one part of a straight line cannot be in a plane and another part without it. We used a tool that establishes a horizontal plane in order to realize this Euclidean proof. Right? It's you.
It's
That
me.
has got, you've got
it-
triggered and said, nuh-uh, but you can't say
No,
whether it's a
that
drop
is not
of
what
either
I
end
said.
relative to where the person is, or whether this bit goes up, like Blue Marble Science says in his elevation profiles. He puts the hump in the
Okay.
middle. He's even put
Here's
a
some-
90-foot hump in the middle of Lake Pontchartrain. He's got Lake Pontchartrain Bridge going like this, and he's lifted this up 90 foot in the center.
Okay, let's establish something. I am here telling you in no uncertain terms, I'm telling you very clearly, I understand two different models. I understand them.
Yeah.
Okay, I am the one who understands these two models.
Yep.
I am not representing that I misunderstand either model. Okay, can we?
You're not
We're good?
misrepresenting what this one.
I am not misunderstanding either model. I understand two
Well,
models.
give us an idea of the other one, because you want me to entertain it. I'm struggling.
I just want
I've
you
not
to
got a brilliant
recognize-
imagination. I can only imagine this water level that is a tool for establishing a horizontal plane.
Okay.
I can only imagine it establishing a horizontal plane. I can't
Okay, but
imagine
I'm gonna
a
take you
bit
to word.
here that's a bit higher, right? Or a bit here that's a bit lower, because there's no bit of the tool here. If you move this bit here to here, it will be on the same plane. And that's
Okay, I'm
exactly
gonna
what
take you
will
at your
happen.
word. This is a leap of charity on my part. I'm going to take you at your word that you truly do not understand the second model.
Go on, go on then. Tell me. Give us
Which is fine.
give us a hint.
At this
What would
point-
you have?
No,
would you
no,
have
hold on.
Would you
Let
have
me-
these
let me
ones
go on.
lower, or would you have this bit higher?
Let me go on. I'm explaining. Since we've now established, now this is condescending and everyone's going to hate me. I'm disrespecting everybody in the channel. I'm sorry. We have now established that we have one person who does not understand the model and one person who does understand the model.
I'm going with what a
The
water
person who
level
does not understand the model,
Yeah, it's
does
just in
not
reality.
have
Can we try and keep to
does
reality?
not
Because
have
this
the
is realizing
foundation to
Euclid.
correct the model.
It's realizing Euclid. Can you tell us where the problem is for realizing this statement here? Oop,
The
there.
problem is that you have assumed that the water level is a perfect plane.
Yeah, a water level is a tool for establishing a horizontal plane.
You've
That's the
said
basis
that
of the
many,
tool.
many times.
Yes.
Is that a prayer? I mean, why do you keep repeating it like that?
Because it seems like you keep saying it's not. I have to keep reminding you it somehow.
I'm telling you that if that is the question we are testing for,
You're asking if this
then you cannot assume it. You cannot assume the result of your test.
Do you want us to pretend that this tool here that establishes a horizontal plane, can we just pretend it doesn't, but it obviously still will? You can't make it not establish a horizontal plane, right?
I think it's really quite simple. If you're testing for the truth of that statement, you cannot use the fact that the statement is true as part of your proof. Right? We all get that.
So what would happen then if in your imagination it doesn't
Can you just
establish
answer?
a
We all get
horizontal
that?
plane? What would
Can
you
you just
imagine
answer?
it would do? Because
Can
this
you
is
just
obviously a Euclidean proof of the plane.
Can you just answer my question?
Please give us what you would imagine it would be.
There must be a disconnect here. I asked you a question. Can you please answer it?
I was asking you what it would be if you think it isn't a
Right,
horizontal plane.
but I have a more fundamental question, which is the fundamental question. Can you use the question you're trying to prove as a component of that proof?
Can I use the question? What?
Right? Can you base the proof predicated on the fact of the result of the proof? Is that good logic?
Go on. Give us an example. What you're trying to do?
Okay. I want to prove that the sky is green. I say the sky is green. So how I will prove it is I will take a picture. You'd stop interrupting, please.
That's bad.
You asked me to do this. Now you have to let me do it. I want to prove that the sky is green. I take a picture of the sky. I then compare the picture of the sky against what the actual sky is. And since I said the sky is green, I can now prove that the picture of the sky is also green. Therefore, the sky must be green. This is bad logic. Correct?
Well, I've just been outside and had a look. It's not green.
Do you agree that my logic is completely circular?
It doesn't matter about your logic. I've just proved you false in my eyes, right?
Okay, so now we've also proved that you're not willing to listen.
You're not correct with your.
We've also proved that you won't listen to a point of view from someone who doesn't agree with you.
No,
You won't even listen to something as
I've been outside and had a
non-controversial.
look. Anybody else can do it. They can verify this for themselves that the sky is not green. They don't need you to say that you've done some really bad logic. They can verify it for themselves.
Right. So you're not here to listen. You're not here to discuss openly. You're just here to pick fights. Is that what's going on?
No. We're here all the time. Do you think this is a fight?
You just here to fight with people, or I don't know what.
This is a fight.
But there was nothing controversial in my logical example about the sky being green. I chose that because we know the sky is not green. That is why I chose it. Well, I could do the same thing with blue. I could say the sky is blue. And How do I know the sky is blue? Well, I'll prove it to you. I will take a picture of the sky, and since the picture is the same color as the sky, and I said that the sky is blue, therefore the picture is blue. And if the picture is the same color as the sky, then that means the sky is blue. Circular. All right, there's nothing controversial about that. There's no reason to argue. Right? That's how we do circular logic. Circular logic is bad.
But how is he using a water level like taking a picture? Ed
Okay.
used the water level to prove a horizontal plane. He did not take a picture.
Okay, really good question, John. We say a water level makes a perfect plane. We use a water level to compare against
It's
a second water level.
horizontal plane.
A horizontal plane, yes. A water level makes a perfect horizontal plane. We state that first.
Wait a
That's
minute.
premise
Is
one,
that
right?
you? Is that you making that joke that you did when you went on the
Okay.
Cambridge Skeptics?
John asked me a question. Can I
Yeah,
answer?
and I'm just saying though, you did say that you were joking when you went to. You were saying
no.
something
I
flat
did not say
earthers said.
joking.
You did. You said you were doing what flat earthers do.
Right,
Over
and
at
that's not
Cambridge
joking.
Skeptics.
It's not joking. I am taking your starting premise. I'm stating your logic back to you. I am not saying that I accept this as my personal beliefs.
I didn't say perfectly. That's you. There's only you that's ever said that, not me. So don't add words in, like Kevin said earlier.
Okay,
To an
so
argument that you're mocking people with.
all right. If I can answer John's question without being interrupted, I think maybe John and I could have a conversation. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. The following are not my personal beliefs. I am stating a logical sequence. Okay. So just so in case there's any disagreement about that, this is not my personal beliefs. This is a test we propose to conduct. Hopefully, John asked the question. Any problems with that, John?
I had problems with the analogy with the picture.
Okay, let's do it now with the water levels and see if it is circular or not.
But do you understand that the water level was developed by the fact to prove the horizontal plane? That's why the water was developed in the first place.
I am disputing.
It wasn't
really
developed
your
to prove or disprove
interpretation of
level. I mean, level being horizontal or curved. A water level was developed because we know a water level provides a horizontal plane of reference. So I don't understand your logic in the argument, really.
It's
but I'm
just
sorry, Beth.
like-
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I don't think you're interrupting me. I think we're having a conversation. But to me, saying a water level makes a horizontal plane of reference is the same as saying the sky is blue. It is something we just accept without question.
It's called common notion.
Yes, common notion.
So
And
you
everyone
cannot prove
here
common
is
notion.
in agreement that is your understanding of the water level.
It's still not a fair analogy because you can't use the fact the sky is blue to establish a horizontal plane on the ground or to establish anything on the ground. So I don't get the analogy. I'm sorry.
Okay, the analogy is just to logic. The analogy was to choose something that nobody would want to fight about. Right? Nobody should want to fight about the color of the sky. It's non-controversial. So I
Nobody
chose
should
that.
want to fight about water level being a horizontal plane either. Really, should they?
Well, but Bev, here's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you that there are two models under consideration. And one of those models says that the way you're doing it, you're not going to get a plane. Okay?
Well, let's
And
go to it.
that is also a non-controversial statement. I did not say you can't get a plane this way. I didn't say there's no way it's a plane.
Euclid
What I said is there's a theory out there that says you're not going to get a plane if you do this.
Okay, so how would we not get a plane with these water levels? using the principle.
I
of
think that I'd
one-
really like
one
you to
end
just
is neither
confirm.
higher nor lower than the other, right? Using that principle.
Before we delve into it any further, can you please confirm? I heard you. There's a theory that says I'm not going to get a plane. Can you just say that, please?
With a water level. Who's bringing forward this theory?
I would like you. I have just told
Are
you
you
that there is
bringing
such a theory.
forward a theory that this water level does not establish a horizontal plane?
I have just told you that for probably the 100th time.
Okay, so
I
you're
would like you
bringing
to
forward
just
a
repeat
theory
back.
that this water level does not establish a horizontal plane. Okay, let's go. It's Euclid 9. This is what we're
Awesome.
doing. Ooh, one part of
So-
the straight line.
so
cannot
now,
be
hold on.
airplane. I don't
So
know.
this is really
Now-
important to me.
Yep.
I want you to never again say that there is no such theory or that you have never heard of such a theory.
You, of course. Let's go. Let's play this. I've
you
got
say
a
it-
different theory other than this horizontal plane. I'll
Can you say that to me?
I'll present this one with this theory, right? You can present your theory. Let's go.
This is very important to me because this is the source of our big fight about calling people liars and stuff, okay? So that's why this is so important. So I would like you to say back in very clear terms that you are now aware, forevermore forward, that there is a theory that suggests those water levels do not lie on a plane.
Yeah, you're going to show us now how this theory works. Let's go.
No, you're going to acknowledge.
Yeah, I
First,
know.
you
I've
have to
just heard
acknowledge.
you. Yes, I've heard you. I can science that. You have a theory that the water level does not establish a horizontal plane of reference. Now, you know
No,
my
I don't
theory,
like those
right?
words.
Proven theory.
I don't like those words. Can you be more precise, please? I want you to say that the particular way you've done it, the water risers do not lie on a plane. And there's this theory. There's a theory that those water risers do not lie within a plane.
Yeah, you've brought forward that theory, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And you're aware of it and you understand.
Yes. Now you're going to explain to us how this theory that these water levels don't explain, right? Because it is Euclid night. This is the geometric understanding, right? That I have. Now, wait a minute. Let me get this.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So hopefully we all understand now that there are two theories being considered. One is that all those points along the water level are a plane. Another that they are not a plane. How would that work? That would imply
Is that better?
that the forces acting at different locations may not all be parallel.
Right. Okay. Now, can we put somebody over here? Or where do you want the person to be? Where do you want to be to explain this theory?
I want to understand, what are we doing? Are we outlining
Your
how
theory.
this theory would work,
Yeah.
or how we would test it?
Yeah, but your theory. First off, lay out your theory. We've already explained, we have, that this water level from here to here establishes a horizontal plane. I've shown you that by
No,
this
you said
room at
that's theory
least.
number one.
Right, okay.
You have
now-
acknowledged there's an alternative theory that suggests that's not a plane.
Okay, right. Now, do you want to
And
show
now I've
that by
inserted the word
increasing
perfect
the
and you got
scale
very
of
upset.
this? Do you want to show that by increasing the scale of this thing? Like, should we put
No.
2 miles
want-
across it from here to here? Then you would
I
be
want
able to explain this. What you yeah.
I
Would
want
that
to
be better?
insert the word perfect. I want us to agree that when we go into reality world,
We'll put this.
things become imperfect, right?
2 miles complete distance.
And so when I added the
Nice.
word, it does not create a perfect plane, I got a lot of objection, and I'd like to understand where that comes from. Why do you
1
object
mile.
to that?
right? So we've got 2 miles complete distance from water
Okay, just
level
ignore
to
me. That's
water
cool.
level. And then the halfway mark, so we've got a 1 mile and a 1 mile.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
So what does the theory say?
where do you it's your theory. If this is a horizontal
It's
plane,
not-
you know one theory,
I'm
the one that
bringing it.
I've just brought forward, is that this is a
Okay.
horizontal plane. Right? I've drawn this here
Mhm.
as though this is a water level at this point, and I've drawn this here as though this is a water level at this point. Right? So that's what the actual water level is. This is a practical example there. So we've drawn these two ends as though they are this actual water level. Now,
Mhm.
what happens in the middle and all of that is completely up to you in your theory. I could show you what I do,
Yeah.
but I mean, you don't want to know that at the minute.
Okay, I don't want to call it my theory. I'm saying I'm bringing it to you so we could
Yeah.
call it mine in that sense.
Well,
I
that's
did
the
not
that's the
invent
way
this
it
thing.
works. The people that bring this stuff to us like this, they get the chance to be the person that brings the theory. So you get to name it. This is I can science
Okay.
that non-horizontal water level theory.
Okay.
Okay.
I am proposing that perhaps, maybe,
Yeah.
right? I'm not saying this is my personal belief. I'm saying this is a potential. Okay.
Uh-huh.
A potential option is that drawn on a Cartesian coordinate system,
Yeah. X, Y, Z.
X, Y, Z.
Yep.
Let's put our axis in, let's say, the middle. Let's put the axis right on.
Like that.
Okay, let's put the axis right where it's at. Let's say that's okay. Oh, that's good. There you go. That is now a Cartesian coordinate system.
So this plane is the horizontal plane that was established like the water level, right? All the way over here, all the way over there, right? There you go, by the laser.
Okay, this theory that I'm bringing to you suggests that on this coordinate system, the right-hand side, the water level would appear 8 inches lower.
So this would be, so that's what I was asking, right? Did you want a choice? You can have the peach, you can have an MLO, or super fishies. This side?
Sure.
Who do you want? Take a pick.
I like the fishy.
You like super fishies. Right, so super fishies, he can fly up here, aren't we? So he's over here. Now you're saying that this water level here will drop.
Mhm. I didn't use the word drop. I just said on this axis it'll be 8 inches lower. You want to just like erase a little notch so that we see that it's 8 inches lower?
About like that. See that? Here's your horizontal. Oop.
Oh, it's,
So like this.
no, well,
I know, and that's too much, but that's just to give you an idea, yeah? This is the horizontal, and you want it to drop.
well, in that case, move your axis over to the left.
This.
That'll be less confusing for folks. All the way to where Superfish is at. Yeah. Okay, sure, that looks good.
So this water level here, you say, comes down 8
Compared
inches.
to that horizontal axis, yes.
Okay, like that then.
Right?
Or
We
do
have a
you want it down
Cartesian
bit
coordinate
more?
system.
Right. Okay. So
Mhm.
obviously, this water level here doesn't say that. I mean, like there isn't any way you could actually get this water level down here and this one still up here.
The theory suggests that that water level would be at such a tiny, tiny little drop that there's no way you could see that.
But you are still going for the drop from horizontal here, measurable.
Well, you asked me for it, and so I went with it. Yeah.
But that's like
Wasn't my
measurable,
choice.
right? From the
I'm sorry?
horizontal. Because I don't know whether you're aware of this. When we do surveying, this measurable drop from the horizontal, like Jesse Kozlowski claimed, that's what we call an elevation change. And everybody
it is
knows
not.
what happens
I'm
with
sorry, no, it is
water
not.
with an elevation change. What?
No. An
Yeah.
elevation change is the change against the reference datum.
Yeah, a horizontal You get a tool called a
Horizontal
level.
plane is not, no. In this theory, right, there are two theories. In your theory, the reference datum is a horizontal plane.
Yeah, all the tools called levels establish a horizontal plane.
Great.
And
So
they're
in
the
the
tools
other
we use
theory,
to establish an elevation change.
in the other theory, the reference datum is not a plane. Agreed?
Well, I noticed you went with the X, Y coordinate system. What's the other theory go with? Because everybody will be familiar with this.
Have
What's
you heard of,
what's
as
the
a
other
surveyor,
theory's coordinate system?
as a surveyor, have you heard of something called WGS 84?
Yes.
That is my personal favorite, although it seems like maybe there'll be an upgrade to it. I think it was great, but but okay, WGS 84, you're aware of it. Would you say that that is a elevation datum? Is that something I could call that?
The all of the points that are plotted on that WGS 84 were established with planar surveying tools like these levels.
WGS 84 is not a set of points. It's a formula, right?
It's a formula.
It's a set of formulas, yeah. Right?
Well, I thought it was the elevation datum.
Okay, it is not the elevation data.
Okay, then
It
I'm
is
just
the
going
datum, the
from
reference.
what I know. I'm just going from the UK, and we use Ordnance Survey. If they didn't put their elevation data or anything like that onto the WGS 84, I don't know what you're talking about then.
Yeah. I'm not sure what Ordnance Survey used, but they had some reference datum, right?
Yeah, elevation points, all used with tools, establish horizontals. So, okay.
So as a
Can we go
surveyor,
with this
you're
now,
aware of. I'm just not entirely clear still. I'm sorry if I'm just thick, right? I have heard of this thing called WGS 84.
Yeah.
That
You're a fan of
surveyors
it.
supposedly surveyors use this thing as their reference datum when they do elevations.
Mean sea level in the UK, that's what we use. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, you can use that. But you've heard of WGS 84, which is a fancier version, right? You've heard of it?
Yes.
And you're aware that it is not a plane.
See that?
Yeah. So are you aware that it's not a plane then?
See what it says?
This WGS 84
Can
thing?
you see what it says? It says land surveying.
It doesn't say that you're aware of WGS 84. I'm sorry. At least I can't read it.
It does show that I've got a certificate for land surveying, though, right?
Right. So I would think.
Like Dr. Beck.
I would think it goes without saying, but I want you to say it for me. I want you to say it for me that you do know that WGS 84 is a geoid. It's a three-dimensional shape. It is curved.
A
Can you
geoid?
confirm, please? Yeah, it's an
the
approximately
elevations all
spherical
change,
shape.
don't they? It goes like that. You want to see it outside, mountains and valleys, but watch what you're saying in case Sleeping Warrior's around. He might call you autistic. But yeah, it goes all up and down and all over the place, yeah. Elevation
But
changes everywhere on the WGS 84.
The elevation does not change on the WGS 84. It is a reference datum. Everywhere on WGS 84,
Different
if
elevation
you're using
changes.
that as your datum, is zero elevation.
No. That's you're thinking zero mean sea level.
I'm thinking that you could reference the WGS 84 against mean sea level if that's what you wanted.
Would that say that the water level dropped 8 inches? Well, because it's 2 miles total distance. Would have had to have been.
I asked you a question
How far
and
do
you
you think
didn't
it would have
answer
been
it. So
over 2 miles?
I'm gonna not answer your questions until you do. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are you aware that WGS 84?
I'm very well aware of WGS 84. Yes.
And tell your audience who doesn't, they're not aware, right? I want you to tell your
They are,
audience
of course
from
they are.
your
They-
voice,
Everybody else knows about WGS84.
okay, that it is
It's
approximately
It's
spherical.
amazing. You're a big fan of it. We know that about it now too.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
Bev, can you say in your own voice,
In my own
WGS84 is approximately spherical?
I wouldn't know.
But you're a surveyor. You know all about WGS84. You don't know what.
He never said he was a surveyor, you prick.
I'm sorry. He was just holding up his
I'm
credentials.
sorry, he has never said he was a surveyor. You
That's my
prick.
mistake. That's my mistake. We don't need to shout about it. You can just
Bullshit.
correct
No, I
me.
think you're doing it on purpose over and over again.
He has the surveying training. Can we say that?
Yeah, I would
I'm
say you're
surveying
either dumb
certificate.
or you're doing it on
Bev, I
purpose.
don't know what this Rakia guy is going on, but he seems really upset.
No, I'm not upset.
can
I
we-
just don't like deceivers like you over and over again, misrepresenting people that you
that's
come
not-
in to talk to.
All right.
Can
On
we
purpose,
can we
honest.
continue with the model, with your model?
Yeah, let's continue.
Yes,
Let's
because you
continue.
straw manning now. So please
I'm
connect with this
strawmanning
model.
something, or Rakia is strawmanning something.
No, you.
How can I
What
be
am I
strawman
strawmanning?
and you as a prick? You're being a prick by misrepresenting Bev as a surveyor, saying it over and over again, saying
Okay.
it's dishonest and stuff. Quit doing that. If your argument is so strong, you don't need to do any of that. Just tell us about the beloved.
Can we just
whatever
get to
you're
this
talking
though,
about.
right? Because he
Yeah.
has just said. I mean, it wouldn't be. You know your model. I don't know how good you are with your model, but it's not 8 inches, is it? It's 2 miles. It says here, 2
Oh,
miles.
my bad. My bad. Yeah, you're right. That's
So
2
what's
miles.
that?
So, 64 inches.
You sure?
No, I did that in
No.
my head.
Come on.
No,
You should be
I'm
better
sorry.
at maths than that.
Yeah, you're right. It's
your
4
model.
times 8. 4 times 8 is
It's a quadratic.
I messed it up.
32.
32 inches.
Yeah. Right. And now, what we're going to do is we're going to surprise you. Superficies is coming over here.
Uh-huh.
And like now you've got a water level that's down here, haven't you?
Yeah.
So what about this one in relative to that? Wait a minute, I'll just
So I had
see, we've got a horizontal
question
going
for
the
you,
other
Bev.
way now, right? What happens with this? Because we've got this one lower, and then now this one's higher.
Well,
Just
I had a
because
question for you, Bev, and
superficies has
I wanted
moved,
an
that
answer.
can't be happening, can it?
Can it? I don't know. Maybe there's a way it could be. Maybe there's
Uphill.
a way it couldn't be. We could
Downhill
explore
water
that.
when
But
when superficies is over here, this
But
water
first,
goes
I
down,
wanted to
and
get
then
the
when he comes
crowd to
over here, it goes back
understand-
up again. Uphill water.
Does the crowd understand that WGS 84 is approximately spherical?
I keep saying that. How's it going to how's it
Crowd?
work with this?
Why don't you just work it
It's
out
a
on the board?
question. Do we
You know,
agree?
it's a simple thing.
Mm.
It's a simple thing. Just, you know, just like your honest opinion, or like if you actually, you know, it'd be nice to hear what you got to say about
Your
what
theory
Bev's talking
can't
about.
just be based upon some words
First-
about some sort of model that you
They
have.
have some foundations to
Mhm.
cover, folks, right? It's like when you take a class in school, you got to
Okay.
take the prerequisite
But
first.
your water's down
Yeah,
here.
like you're teaching us. Yeah.
Your water's down here, but this says down. But you've got it goes back up to the horizontal. That can't be right,
So
can it?
earlier, we established that one of us understands 2 models and one of us only understands 1 model.
Okay. Well, you show us your understanding. Oh, I'll do it.
My understanding is that when you use the word elevation, it is referenced to a datum. It must be referenced to a datum.
There you go. I've adjusted your horizontal for you now, and
And
now
that
you see
datum-
it's gone up.
And that datum in theory number 2 is approximately spherical. It is WGS 84 that I like to use. There's other ones you can use.
Yeah.
But if you use WGS 84, it's very nearly a sphere. Not a perfect sphere, but it's nearly a
So
sphere.
you shouldn't have gone
You
for the
understand
drop
that?
then, right? But you should have gone for the raise in the middle. Then you could have had your Dornagon.
And if you understand,
I do understand.
If you
It's
understand
you
the
that
model,
obviously doesn't understand.
He's
You've got
showing
water
you
going
that-
uphill.
Yeah, he's showing you that what he understands and you don't understand it. You're still calling
if
it.
you understand the model, just shut up and listen.
This is
If
this
you
is this is
understand the
globe
model,
training. This I'm making you sharper. I can
Yeah.
science
if
that.
you understand the model,
Yeah, you
you
understand your model at
that
the
there
minute
is
has
no
water going up
contradiction.
from here.
If you understand the model,
Whoop,
you
even though it
understand that
stays
there is no
horizontal.
contradiction.
Well, there's no
Okay?
contradiction where? That's got water going uphill. That's definitely a
You have
contradiction.
moved the elevation point.
No, the
from
water
one-
level is
from the red
here.
line to the
This
blue line.
water level is here, physical water level. This water level is here, physical water level. The only thing that's moved is superficies.
And you also switched from the red curves to the blue.
Because it's just a horizontal. Yeah.
Right.
Because you had it
At
going
the
this way.
scale-
Do you want them both in there? This is why we're calling it a double drop. This is what Rumpus is doing. This is different than Wallace.
Right.
Right?
And so this now, if we were trying
Do you want me? I'll
if we
get
were
you.
definitely not trying to deceive, right? If we're definitely not trying to be deceptive,
There you go.
we must try to understand
There you
each
go.
other.
There you go.
and
What
not
do you
try
reckon to that? Do you reckon to this?
If
This
we're
is the blue
trying to
model.
understand each other,
Blue marble.
we must not try to misrepresent or
No,
to.
no, this is blue marble. Blue marble science.
Can't be
This is his drawing.
misrepresenting anything. It's showing you in reality.
He has B at the middle. Higher. I did try and tell you earlier on.
All
Blue
right, guys.
marble has the
This has
middle
been
bit
a lot of
higher.
fun. I really got to
And
get
it
going.
slopes. It's
So
got
That's
3
what-
different horizontals
I
here.
really got to get going. You
Yeah, it
guys
would
have
be a great
convinced me.
time for you
You
to
have
leave.
convinced me of
See you
something.
later.
Yeah.
You have convinced me that you will not listen to an alternative model.
I'm showing you. It's here.
No,
why can't you
are-
explain
You're
this
trying to
model?
debunk it.
This is blue marble science. You're the science guy. Come on. Don't be running away.
You're trying to debunk it without even
I'm not
allowing
trying to
me
debunk it. Look, you've got the
describe it.
water level dropping here from here. Blue marble
what
has the
point
middle bit going
Have you
higher.
allowed me to describe it? You do not understand the model. You're making that
This is
very
Wallace's
clear.
model. What you explained is
Do not
rumpus.
understand the model.
You went for the
And if you
rumpus,
don't
and then this is
understand
Wallace.
the model, you cannot.
Why don't you clarify what's being presented? This is someone that I suppose you talk to. Why don't you just explain to us what that is? And what he means by higher in the middle.
I would love to. Would you guys like to hear that explanation, or are you going to just interrupt and try to straw man?
He just asked you to explain.
Do you want me to
But-
resize it?
But yet here, Bev is still going.
There you go. I'm just resizing it so you can see the horizontal
going.
planes. There you go.
He's still going. Here's how it works, guys. In a nutshell, the WGS 84 datum is not a flat plane. So if you want to entertain the idea that of number 2, that water forms this other shape, you have to reference every elevation measurement. Every single elevation measurement must be referenced to a curve. I'm going to suggest WGS 84, or just for simplicity, a sphere. I don't think that was hard. Every single elevation measurement must be referenced to a sphere in order to entertain this theory.
Would that be a curved baseline? I think we've been having troubles getting Stark Otter to draw us any of those. They keep using that pesky horizontal X
I made
on
you guys a
all
diagram.
elevation profiles.
I made you guys a diagram earlier. You just make fun of it, right?
I didn't see a diagram.
I've seen it appear in the live chat, pictures of it.
What was that? Somebody put it back in there. Is it better than the whiteboard? Are you going to explain your theory on the whiteboard to us at all, or can we say we're finished with the whiteboard now?
What is the elevation at point A?
What do you mean?
I want you to give me a number. The elevation of that water level at point A. What is it?
Let's call it 0. Let's call that the R0 at point A.
Okay, that's our 0. What is, in this theory, what is the elevation of the water level at point B?
0. Oh, you mean in blues?
Well, that's a good question. The red is 0. What is the elevation of the blue?
In blues, I'm saying now, in blues picture, the red bit is the extra bit, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
blues B, what is the elevation there using the WGS 84 or spherical approximation? What would that be?
That would be what Blue called Jesse Kozlowski was. Jesse Kozlowski was trying to measure the elevation above the tangent plane. That would be that bit that he's marked as red. Let me get that for you.
I just asked you, what is the elevation, dude?
You
don't need to go on to Blue or Jesse Kozlowski. It's just me and here. It's me and you here. What is the elevation of the blue indicator on your diagram at location B?
Here we go. I'm just going to play it now. It's in the chat. It's only 4 seconds long.
What Jesse is trying to measure is the elevation above the tangent plane. What Jesse is trying to measure is the elevation above the tangent plane.
There you go.
Okay.
The elevation above the tangent plane. That's what Blue Marble said that Jesse was trying to measure.
Okay. What do you say it is, Bev?
What?
We don't care what Blue says.
What do I say?
Yes.
It's an Imagi hump, I call it. I call that the Blue Marble Imagi hump.
So in this theory, which, right, we're just entertaining, but you don't personally believe in, in this theory.
Yeah, I'd say it's impossible.
The elevation of the blue line at point B is what?
Blue Marble says it's 90 foot above. A 90
Did I
foot
ask
hump.
what Blue Marble said?
Yeah, well, I'm just pointing out that that's what makes it impossible, right? That fact that he thinks there's a 90-foot hump in the middle of that lake is impossible.
Yeah,
Yep.
Getting criticism elsewhere for even engaging with you.
Oh, is that Sean Hawkins again or Blue Marble?
Oh, the council has
Okay,
spoken.
you guys. Now look, I'm gonna ask a direct question.
Yeah, you best go,
and
mate.
If you're honest,
don't get yourself
Bev,
into trouble. We don't want to bring any more trouble on you.
Bev, if
We
you're
know how it
an
gets.
honest person, right? If you're gonna convince me you're an honest person,
Did they say, quick, call him names and then you can leave? Call him some names first before you go.
Convince you that he's an honest person, so you're already saying he's dishonest.
No.
Piss off, man. Just leave.
I want to be convinced.
Like none of us here,
like
none of us here have ever learned about neurolinguistic programming or human behavior where you're going right now. Come on, dude. Goodbye, buddy.
I'm asking Bev to answer a direct question directly.
About his honesty?
What do you say, Bev? Will you answer a direct question?
What do you say, Bev?
What do you say? What do you say,
my
Bev?
wizardry?
What do you say, Bev?
What do you say, Bev?
Dude, the same as always. I'm sat here listening, waiting for you to come up with something.
Don't dodge. Don't tell me something that I didn't ask for. Just answer the question.
I'll answer the question how I want to answer the question, right?
The blue curve you drew on your diagram there, according to the theory where we're using the curved datum.
That's Blue Marble Science's graphic.
Okay.
He has 3 different horizontal planes.
Okay.
In between A and C, there is 3 different horizontal planes in Blue Marble Science's graphic. Yes.
Right. The theory says that you can have multiple horizontal planes. Yeah. That's what the theory says. I thought we understood that. So what would the elevation be? I'll remind you that elevation is always referenced against the spherical datum in this theory. So if this theory is being considered, what is the elevation of the blue line at point B? Is it positive, negative, or 0?
Wouldn't have a clue. You've
Okay.
not given me any basis to go off. If you're going off that line from A to C, then it's above it. If you're
All
going
right.
from some reference point
Based on
somewhere
the
else,
answer.
then it's below it. I don't like you've given us nothing to go off.
All right, great. I'm going to take you at your word. I'm going to say you're a completely honest person. But you just stated in very clearly that you do not understand.
I don't understand why you're here trying to do this. I don't
No, he did
understand
not
why
say
you've
that,
allowed
did he?
yourself to be in this
I
position.
asked the question. There were
People
three
have put you
possible
here,
answers.
and it's not very comfortable for you, is it?
If
He
you-
didn't say he didn't understand.
Did he say
He
he
said
didn't
you didn't
understand?
give him any basis. You didn't give him anything to go off of.
I have provided that information. The information was provided. I said the reference datum was going to be a sphere. You said that point A was at elevation 0. With that information, if you understand the model, you have plenty to answer the question.
No, it's Euclid night, and you would have to know the center to know the same radius, even if you were doing your ridiculous model. But you haven't got that in that picture. There is nothing to go off except the reference frame of the water level. That's why it's a tool for establishing a
Elevation.
horizontal plane.
Okay, so here's the deal, guys. You can continue with
Don't
this
want your deal.
approach. You can
Don't want
continue
your
with this-
deal.
So we can say that I can science that as a science denier. That's what we can get out of this time. A water level is a tool to establish a horizontal plane of reference. It's been used for thousands of years to establish a horizontal plane of reference. Clearly, I can science that is a science denier.
That's
That's
cute.
what
Yeah,
we can get out of
or-
tonight.
Cute.
Or a traffic cop going, here's the deal. I don't want
That's
your deal,
cute,
sir.
y'all. That's cute. Okay, I really do
No,
gotta
don't
go.
want your deal. Is that cute?
It's been
Yeah.
a
Talk to
day.
you later.
Mhm.
It was
it's
a good
been
day.
See, yes,
It has.
Thank you.
But, I'll leave
Indeed.
you with
See you
one
later.
thought. You cannot have a globe.
Handlers wanted you to leave a long time ago.
No kidding, right?
You cannot have a globe.
The people that were mad at you for talking
if
to us
water forms
wanted
a
you to
plane.
leave a long
Yeah.
time ago.
You cannot have a globe.
He's got to say what he's got to say.
gotta
Like he's
spout
like,
off
Yeah,
here's
he's
your
got to
script.
say it.
A
Big
plane.
E. We got to get
Yeah,
the Big E
come
in
on.
there. Go to your deity. Go to your God,
Say
dude. Go
globe
ahead.
again.
Go on, preach.
Go ahead.
Say
Preach
globe
it.
again.
Come on.
Preach it, brother. Preach it.
You
Get
cannot have a
globe in there
globe.
10 times.
Come on,
There you go.
Lakia. Let him
Cannot have a
do his
globe.
preaching bit. Come on. Jump on the
You
pulpit.
cannot have
Off
a
you go.
globe if water forms a plane. I think everybody can agree
Okay.
to that.
Whoa, that's
Yep,
good.
see you
Cannot have
later.
a globe if water forms a plane.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And if science tells us that
Science.
the ocean is a globe, science cannot tell us water forms a plane.
Science.
Mm-hmm.
Those are inconsistent statements. We already agreed.
Brilliant.
So
Yeah.
you can't pick one of those statements and say that is science.
Interesting. So you can
And
have your
deny
God.
the
You
other
can have your
statement.
God. All right. Thank you. We got
Yeah.
it. That we got it. So
yeah, we
so
understand that.
so here.
It's one or
Here,
the other.
since
can't
somebody
pick
was
one.
so intent on putting words in other people's mouths, let me do it just out of fun. I mean, I'm just spitballing here. Here, let me just say what he said. You can't have your globe God if a water level is a tool to establish a horizontal plane of reference.
That's what he said, yeah. If,
Yeah,
a,
seems
ho-
to me.
that's
if a
incorrect.
water
That is an
level
incorrect
is a tool that establishes a
characterization
horizontal
of my
plane, poof goes the globe.
Sorry.
Yep.
Hey, simple as
You
this.
lose your deity.
You guys-
Oh well.
Mhm.
You guys are trying to claim that science says something.
I see
science
why
does
you're
We're not
fighting
trying to
for
do
it
that.
so hard now. I think I've got it.
Science does
We're
not
not trying to
claim.
do that. That's a lie. We're waiting for you to prove to us that a water level tool doesn't establish a horizontal. As soon as you can do
he
that,
can't do. He's just said. He
I didn't say
said
that. I never said that.
out of I can science that's mouth. If a water level establishes a horizontal plane, there can be no globe.
No, I didn't say that, Bev.
Mhm.
Let's
What,
be-
what
let's
was
be
what was your statement
inside.
then?
If water forms a perfect plane, there can be no globe.
who says that?
Mm-hmm.
Who
I
says
What
think
about
that's
that?
pretty-
water within a
I
water
think we've
level
established
tool?
that.
What about a water level tool, preacher?
Do you think that that water in the tool behaves differently than water outside the tool?
Yes.
No.
Wow. I mean, maybe that's what we should talk about sometime in the future.
Maybe you should go
Nice.
research it and learn about it, and then come back with a little more respect, a little less of the attitude
talk
that
to me about
we are
respect.
stupid and talking over me, and then complain about people talking
Don't
over
you
you
talk to me
like
about
every other
respect.
dumbass Glober does. And
I
come
did
back
not
with a
call
little
anybody names.
research on this subject and talk about a water level tool.
Please
which is what
remember,
we
I
talk
haven't
about all
called
the
anybody
time.
names. I have been nothing but
You
charitable.
called you haven't called any names.
I have been
Just
nothing but
leave,
charitable.
man.
I
Leave.
said I'm willing
Bye.
to retract the
See
lying
you later.
statement. I said
Yeah,
I'm willing
Ricky,
to retract
just,
the lying statement.
yeah.
I apologize.
Have you finished?
The one who's disrespectful,
Pretty
Bev,
still
Have you
preaching?
left
the
yet?
other people in your channel. Bev, you've been fairly respectful.
Mhm.
But you got some
Yeah, I
really rude
disrespect
people.
people
Yeah.
who
Oh, okay.
disrespect
We
other
don't need
people.
some
Just
mods.
leave.
All
See you
right,
later.
please. What are you doing? Are you done? Have you finished your preaching?
I think so, yeah. And I
Okay.
don't think it's preaching. I think you should test your claims.
Bye.
I think you should test your claims, Bev. And I
What
think
claims?
that
What claims?
How long does it
honesty
take
is
someone to
important.
leave?
Which claim? The one that where I say a water level is a tool for establishing a horizontal plane of reference. That claim.
Yeah, I think the way you extend that claim, you extend it from your citation, you extend it to mean that the way you did your test, you created a perfect horizontal plane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And those are
Euclid.
not the same statement,
Realizing
right?
Euclid.
Those are not the same statement, are they, Beth?
Realizing Euclid. I'll put it up on screen again. It
They're
seems
not
like
the same
everybody-
statement, are they?
What aren't the same statement? That we did a test that we called Realizing
The
Euclid
horizontal,
to establish
the
that
water
no
level
part
is a
of a straight
tool.
line can lie within a plane and another part without it.
A horizontal, I'm sorry, let's start over. A water level is a tool for creating a horizontal plane. Statement number one. Statement number two.
Are you sure you want to be doing this, or are they telling you to go over it before you leave?
There is no they telling me.
You just
let's
said
stop.
that
You
they
just
were
said
telling
there was
you.
a they. You liar.
You
I
said
said
You
that.
said there was a
person.
they.
I said there is a person.
No, that's not what you said. You said they're upset at me for even talking to y'all.
Did I say
They.
that? I'm sorry.
Yes, you
Yeah,
did.
the word they is.
You going
the
back
word
on
they
your
is
word
kind of
again,
vague.
maybe?
There is a person who is giving me a hard time for talking to
Who
you.
is it?
Yeah.
Who is it?
That's private, right? That's private.
Who? Oh, so you won't tell? You're going to deceive us? Maybe you're lying. Maybe there is no they or them or a person.
Yeah, hey, I've learned a lot, you guys. I've learned.
Yeah, see you later. Bye.
I've learned, and
Yeah, you've
hopefully
said that
you're still
already. See
listening.
you later.
Anybody who cares has heard as well that I'm here. I'm being very reasonable. I'm willing
They've
to
heard
hear,
you with condescending
Right
tone
here, please.
contradict yourself over and over again. He's not
I'm
going to
willing to
leave.
hear two sides. I'm willing to explore them in great depth. But each time I do, I get nothing but hostility and distraction. And
That's a lie.
hopefully everybody heard that.
Yeah,
That's
we've
a
all
lie.
tried to give you
Yeah,
as
we
much
heard you.
time to prove your theories or explain your theories. And I'm sorry to say, I can science that. You can't science shit.
Okay, now
You've got
you've
got zero critical thinking powers.
This is where we get to see who's respectful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You all heard it. I have not been disrespectful.
I've not been
You've
disrespectful.
been condescending, calling people liars and deceivers and scammers. You don't think that's disrespectful? You're a liar, sir. Just leave. Bye. How much more respect do you want when people are telling you bye?
Oh, I'm just, I
Still here.
have 2 points. I'll repeat them
Can't
for you
shut up.
again. Point number 1 is you should test your claims. Point
We
number
did
2 is that honesty is
the
important.
test. The
number
realizing
2 is honesty
Euclid's
is important.
test. We did it.
So I'm going to keep saying that because in the back of somebody's mind who's listening. I'm
I
hoping
hope,
someone's
I
gonna
hope some
listen,
people are listening and they want to
and they're gonna
hear
hear.
exactly what the realizing Euclid test is and why some people go
Hopefully,
fucking mental.
someone's gonna hear, yeah, we
You.
should test our claims, and yeah, we should be honest.
We have done
And
the
they're gonna
test.
hear
We
that,
did the
that
test last
every
year.
time
It's only since you
I
found out
said,
about it and got triggered, you think we haven't done it. You now think somebody's pushed you forward to say that science claims a water level doesn't establish a horizontal plane. A ridiculous claim on your behalf, which you say
and
you
honesty
should
is
be
super
able
important.
to check those claims. You've got no evidence.
Honesty
You've
is
got nothing.
super important. Honesty is super duper important. Super important.
And you don't seem to
So
have
to
any.
pretend, if someone were to pretend something that supports their case, we wouldn't agree with that. That'd be really bad. So if I was here doing that, hopefully you'd hear that. Hopefully you'd hear in the words that I say that I'm only pretending, right? So same for the everybody else. I hope you hear that there's somebody here telling you
You haven't supported your case.
You haven't
Your
done
case,
anything.
you haven't supported your case. You've come here and not supported your case. Your case is a
What was
water
my
level
case?
doesn't establish a horizontal plane.
My case is that you need to test your claims.
We did the
Not just
test.
We
make
did
them.
test.
It's
Don't
been
just get to make
tested.
the
It's
claim, you
your
have to
claim,
test
not
it.
ours. It's your claim. Go test your claim.
Crazy as the claim is, you gotta
Your
test it.
claim is crazy.
He's
Yes,
just
go
chanting.
test it.
Yeah,
He's
we
just
don't have to
chanting
test
now.
your
Can't shut up.
claim. You should test it.
Right. And
Yes,
the other
right.
thing is about
Good
honesty.
idea. Go and test
Honesty.
your claim.
So if someone were to portray that science teaches something that science does not teach, that wouldn't be true. And then if we could understand that that person truly believes that,
So
then
you're
they're just
saying,
wrong.
you're the one that says
But
science
if that
says.
person, but if that
It's called
person
religion.
is just
Yeah, dude.
misrepresenting what the
Where's
science
the
This is
says,
science that
religious
says
shit.
water
that
level
would be
isn't
dishonest.
a tool for
I'm just hearing
establishing a
religion.
horizontal? Where? Where is it?
So
Where's
just
your
you all
proof?
think about that.
Where
What
can
does
you
science
back your
teach?
claim? Where did you
I don't
test your
agree with it. I
claim?
do agree with it. What
He's
does
chanting
science
right
teach?
through every word,
I
Bev.
know.
Can't
Just
shut up.
just ask yourself that question,
Can't
folks.
leave and can't shut up.
What
Wizard.
does science teach me?
Are you asking us a question again?
Yeah.
No, sorry.
Are you
I'm
not
asking you to ask
leaving?
yourselves.
Are you
Take
not
some
leaving?
time with that. What is it that science teaches about what water supposedly does on very large scales?
Very clear. Very clear what a water level tool does. I know that.
If Bev didn't exist
What
and you
does
had this
science
question
teach
going
us?
through your head on your own, what would you do to resolve the question?
John, that sounded like a really good question. I'd like to hear that again. What was that?
Because if Bev didn't exist and you were just out there on your own and you had this question running through your mind and you needed to resolve it, what would you do to resolve it?
You didn't have anybody telling you what to do, where to
Exactly,
go,
exactly.
where to stay, where to leave,
You're
what
out
not
on
to
your own.
say, what questions to ask. If it was just you,
I would design a test to see whether large planes of water are planar or curved. Okay, I would design a test for that, and then I would conduct that test, and then whatever results I found, I would say, gosh, that maybe wasn't what I expected, but that's what the evidence says.
gosh, gee whiz, guys, how do you measure a curve? Oh my gosh, gee whiz, guys, you create a horizontal first. Oh my gosh, golly geez, guys, what tool could I use to do that? Geez, let me think. What would science create?
And make it
what would
cheap
they
as well,
create
Rick.
these
Here,
tools
make it
from?
as cheap as you can. Make it as though you can
Maybe-
make it as long as you can and as cheap as you can, so anyone
Maybe
can
I
do
don't
it.
know. From the existence
that's a
of
good idea.
mankind, they've used
But
I don't
can't
know
use-
water maybe every other tool that's been designed by man since the beginning of mankind has been based on how water creates a horizontal. You ever stop and think how they created a theodolite or anything man-made other than a water level tool? What it's based on, sir? How that horizontal was created in the first place? What the baseline is? You ever think it could have been, I don't know, geez, water?
Anybody who's
Just
still
leave,
listening,
man. You act like a fool here. You sound
anybody
like a
who's
fool
still
to me.
listening, anybody who's still listening, ask yourself this. Do you personally believe that science teaches us that very large volumes of water create a plane? Is that
400 meters was
honestly
our test.
what you believe?
Is that what you're saying? Is 400 meters are very large? Because that's what you're going mental
yourself,
about
folks.
here, right? You're saying
Ask
science
yourself.
says it's
Does
not
science teach you?
horizontal.
Mrs. Jones in 3rd grade, was she telling me that the ocean is a giant plane? Is that what I learned in school?
I hope not, because
Because
there's tides and waves. That would be fucking ridiculous.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you ask yourselves.
So
Ask
they did
yourself,
teach
is
you
that
about
what
tides and
science
waves,
teaches?
did they? And did they
Is
teach
that
you what a
what
plane
science
is?
teaches?
Two-dimensional.
Did the science teacher teach me the earth, the ocean, the lakes, those are planar?
I don't know. What
Or
do you, what
perhaps
what
was
did
there
you get?
something
You
else?
tell us what you got taught. And you are talking about high school, primary school? I don't
Ask
know.
what you were
Elementary
taught.
school?
I want you to ask what you were taught.
What I
Because
was
we're
taught. See,
hearing,
I'm definitely the wrong person for you to be asking that, mate.
okay, we're hearing a
Like
bunch of
literally
people.
the worst person for you to be asking that question.
Yeah, maybe that's the case. I
Mhm.
was told maybe you don't have a traditional education, and that's why
I
you
don't
weren't taught
have
this.
a model.
Okay, so I was personally taught that that the oceans are a giant sphere. So if
Was that
you
younger?
are not
Were you
aware of
younger
that,
than 7, 8
ask
when you were
yourselves
taught that?
honestly,
When were you
am I
taught that?
aware of that same teaching or
I can
not?
science that. When were you taught that?
Oh, I can't tell you. It's so far back that I can't even remember.
Yeah, because it's lodged in your brain.
Sure.
It's been
And I'm willing
planted
to
there at
consider that it's wrong.
childhood.
What was
I'm
your
happy to
teacher's name?
consider.
Was it elementary school? Can you just remember like the grade level, like 2 through
Happy to
K through 5?
consider. I am happy to
Elementary school.
consider
Do you
that it
remember the
is
teacher that
wrong.
taught you that? Because I remember mine. Miss Morgan,
Let me get there,
Whitfield,
Rakia, please.
Smith, all my
We are
elementary
going
school
somewhere
teachers.
with this.
I'm happy to consider that perhaps it is wrong, but I am not happy to consider that I never heard of it.
Okay, so you can't name when, but it's lodged there in your head. Just big E. Boom. Can't get away from it.
I heard of it.
Uh-huh.
Didn't you?
From who?
No.
Somebody,
No.
we just heard about Morgan, teacher named Morgan, Mrs. Morgan or something.
Yeah, I remember all my elementary school teachers.
Okay, so Mrs. Morgan taught you that Earth was a globe?
No, we're asking you. Bev is asking you. You won't answer. When, who, what? He's saying it's lodged in your head. He's trying to
I
tell
told you I
you
don't remember
something.
the
You're not
first
listening.
time.
No,
I don't remember the
Rakia,
first
I'm
time I
trying to
answered
tell
already.
him my fucking story. Why I'm different.
Okay, why are you different?
Because at the age of 7 years old, I was in a car crash and my mother died. I lost every memory from before that point, including all of the silly little fucking memories that you've got of your model.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that model. And strangely enough, nobody ever taught me the model after that point. There's nothing you learn about the model. You make it yourself and you build upon childhood memories. The model that you have is all yours. It's not mine. I don't have it. I only have reality. I don't have a model clouding my mind with every thought. That's why we say here, drop the fucking model. Get you in trouble.
That's a
first time
really
hearing that,
amazing
Bev.
story,
I'm so
Bev.
sorry.
And it says a lot. But what it doesn't say is, why is it in all this time you still pretend that you don't know what science teaches?
Science doesn't teach you it.
I
That's
have
what I'm
explained
telling
it.
you.
I'm here to explain it, and I'm not the first. But you act like the things that I'm trying to explain you've never heard before, or that they're contradictory, or that you don't understand.
That's what you think, isn't
So
it?
I must accept either you literally do not understand, or perhaps you are portraying that you don't understand. Those are the only two options I can think of.
Not that I literally don't have a model and I'm just going with what I see in reality and what I can prove in reality.
Did I say the word model?
I don't have a model. You do.
Yeah,
It's pretty obvious.
I'm talking about what is taught.
It clouds everything that you do.
And you cite things as if they are taught that are not what is taught.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, even you now, you don't know what you're talking about because you weren't actually taught it. Name me one thing that you were taught about the globe model.
It is a globe. I was taught that.
It is globe. Exactly. That's why that's axiom 1. In imaginometry. You should know this. We have. Have you ever looked at it?
All right.
Have you ever looked at imaginometry?
I really gotta go.
Yeah.
Bye. Maybe some other time.
Yeah, have a look. You'll have a look at the model. You'll find your model. Imaginometry.
Ooh. Wow.
Tough.
Anybody want to comment on when he actually ran away? I mean, Rakia was trying to get him out of here for what? Half an hour?
Why was he still here? He must have been thinking he was getting something out of the Rakia stuff.
For anybody that wants to know what Cogdis looks like, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
He was willing to stay for 30 or 45 minutes of Rakia blatantly telling him, go away. I did the same thing. Go away. We're done with you now. He stayed and he stayed and he stayed and he stayed until when? Until Bev held up a mirror and said, when did you learn about your globe? When did you learn about your model? What were you taught? I was taught it was a globe.
'Tis globe.
'Tis globe. Yes, you were taught. We were all taught that it was a globe. We all were taught that it just look at this picture.
As
wow.
a child. That's the point.
Child.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
What we see in real life, in reality, the science doesn't back it up. You can come up with concepts. Yeah, you can come up with concepts. You can manipulate your data. You can do whatever you want to try to reinforce the thing that people were taught, if you want to use that word. I'm using my little bunny ears, taught as children. You can do that if you like. But a water level is a tool to establish a horizontal plane of reference. If that kills your God that you were presented with in the 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 1st grade, whatever it was, oh well. We don't.
Sorry.
We on this server don't have that God. Sorry.
That was literally the point I wanted to make, was that, that happened to me when I was a kid. I didn't think anything different about it. I just went on thinking I was the same as everybody else, right? Up until the point that somebody said to me about, brought me into this arena. I didn't understand what it was. Still not a flat earther. Never have been a flat earther. I can identify with flat earthers. All of the victims that they get made of, right? All of the hatred that comes on them. But I'm not a flat earther, and there's no need to be a flat earther. Just drop the model. There's no need to have any model. It's ridiculous.
I've definitely started agreeing with you more on that, because how can I know? Like, I'm no better off saying that the earth is a flat plane than I am saying it's a sphere. What I can prove is that the earth has many elevation changes, and water, at static doesn't curve. So it can't be a sphere. What can it be? It can be anything other than a sphere. I'm comfortable with that. What I'm not comfortable with is being told, by quote unquote authority figures every day on TV, the news, science class, whatever you want to say, that it's definitely a sphere. That's just plain dumb.
Yeah, but I don't think that actually happens, right? You take the people like I Can Science that comes round here saying all of those things, and you extrapolate that to the TV. So every time you see it on the TV, that's the programming, the planning, right? That's what's put these people and kept them under the spell, is those little magic tricks, the images that you see. Right now, you can't equate those people putting those pictures out to someone like I Can Science that. They just make it worse. They fuel the fire of this dislike of the others. They're just advertising. They're selling shit. They've found a best way to sell shit. It's Hollywood. Hollywood wouldn't do any of that. They want the advertising. It perpetuates itself. That's what it's there for. It's a big show. Life is a show. Just go with it. But I mean, what you saw tonight is somebody who's getting really upset that he's got a model that, I mean, he had nothing. The model gave him nothing to support his case. And that's sad. That's really sad. And I know there's going to be people out there listening going, oh, Bev's this and Bev's that. And it's easy for him to do that. Brilliant. Let's go.
I think the hardest thing for him would be conceding that this model given to him is not scientific at all.
Yeah, the concept of science has shifted, hasn't it?
Yeah. I totally agree with you, Paper. And that, even the statement you just made is going to blow people's minds, certain people's minds. They're going to just get upset at that, of what you just said. That people like that don't realize that the model that they've got in their heads is not scientific. And they're going to spew all sorts of what they call science to claim you're wrong. Yeah, go ahead, Jesse. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Kevin. I thought you were.
No, go ahead. No, I am done. Go ahead.
Not only is it not what they call quote unquote science, but it was given to them by a Jesuit-trained Catholic priest. Now, if that doesn't add like salt to the wound of the atheist, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Which is exactly why I harp on it as a deity, as a god, as a religion, because it is. You can see it. You can see
they
how
don't
upset
know,
they
though,
get.
can they? Like, it's been
No, they
placed
don't.
there, like that little in the child. And forever on that, on top of that, there has been a polyfiller of every crack that you make to make your own model. You make it work yourself because it's been placed there as a child. And you go along with it, polyfiller and everything. Most people can get away with an entire life without noticing it. Nobody mentions it. They're so involved in their own lives. Why would it even bother them? It's only the extreme people that have been triggered by some sort of a thought that puts that contradiction there in your head. That's what we've been studying, isn't it, all this time?
Yeah.
Is these contradictions that apply to the model. I can see them because I don't have the model. But I think nearly everybody else that we talk to definitely has some sort of semblance of the model. There. Something. Some people have managed to get rid of bits of it, but I mean, it's still, you can't get rid of it.
It's hard.
In the
Yeah,
mind
it's
of a
really
child.
hard. Absolutely. I'll speak for myself because I don't have the experience you did, right? And I think most people have it. We were all taught that model and have struggled with it. But at some point, you got to say, I look, I just don't know. I have to look at what's in front of me. I have to look at the actual reality. I look at something like a simple test like Bev is talking about, and it shows what it shows. I'm sorry. You could tell me how it's wrong, and you think it's wrong, and have you tested the fact that a water level is a tool to establish horizontal plane? You could tell me all that. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I could have
Reality
told
is
him,
reality.
yes, of course we've bloody tested it. We've gone through the logical process of what else could it be if it wasn't. We've
Yeah.
gone through the whole of that. And yeah, it's come up like yes every time.
Of course. And there is no way to establish that it is not a tool to establish a horizontal plane. I hope he finds a test that does that.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I'd like to see science claiming that it doesn't establish a horizontal as well. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a
And then-
fantastic claim in its own right. Somebody
Yeah.
taking upon the shoulders of science and saying, me and science, we say this. No, not in fact him. He says science says. He said he didn't actually agree with it. But science says it, which is a big claim.
Well, he didn't. I think we have to be very precise as far as we can. He said he didn't say he didn't agree. He said it wasn't his personal belief. He said that over and over and over again. Now, people that are listening to us and people in the Discord can determine whether or not he's being honest. We don't know. Just make our own judgment. I'm sure he's judgment about fine.
Uh-oh. Bad connection there, Kevin. Is that for everybody else as well? Just me?
Yes,
Yeah, he was
breaking.
choppy there.
Yeah, he was breaking up bad.
Yeah, it's strange because last night what we were doing is we were going over with Kevin, like a sort of a masterclass, in not sort of debate, but how to converse with people and how to understand body language, micro reactions, and all that. Yeah, micro expressions. Yeah, I think you're back.
Now am I clear?
Yeah.
Observation.
Still breaking.
Yeah,
still breaking.
up a bit.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, we were going over that last night with Kevin about the chat that we had over at Icon Science. That's I don't know whether you know, like from what we had yesterday. I hope we could have gone through more of it, but what I learned yesterday with Kevin helped us in our conversation tonight. It was very good. So I advise anybody, if you want to come into any of these after shows, and we're going to be doing these sort of special things, going over this sort of stuff, showing some inside tricks and tips, what we've learnt over this time. Yeah, come on in, Next Level Discord. It will be amazing, because it is. It's about some of the good stuff we do happens in the Discord server. This is just like a little show that we do every night, but Icon Science that had been talking to us for an hour or so beforehand. Yeah, about an hour or so beforehand. So there's an hour of extra content to come out. Are you back, Kevin? Are you still out?
I don't know, guys.
Yeah, that
Can
sounds
you hear me?
good. Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. Yeah. I was just saying observation is what we're doing. And we'll continue to do it.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's important to be able to observe, different people that you talk to.
Yeah, and obviously the conversations that we have and all of that are the idea of the conversations is to get as much information as we can out, and also to try and give as much clarity as we can. And we expect that and hope that the other people that we're talking to are able to do likewise. It seems like just recently we're chasing answers to questions, and we're being asked leading questions to try and get you to say ridiculous things. It seems like the people that we're talking to want us to enter their exploded minds, which is very difficult to try and talk to somebody and be in that conversation with them. So what we're learning is there's going to be certain people who we can talk to, and obviously crazy conversations that lead you to Alice in Wonderland type conversations, and it's how you deal. That's a good one, Mike. I quite like that one.
Good part was about proving common notion. This is like proving axioms.
Well, that was, strangely enough, that's what me and Spot On said at the beginning. It was like, let's set ourselves a ridiculous task to do something. What can we prove that's so simple? How can we actually try and do something like this? And it was literally a ridiculous thing between the two of us. And it's developed into something, I could say, magnificent. The people that we've met along the way, the logic, the geometry, the links to reality, the progression in how we can talk to people, the Trivium, Raven, Kevin, Mobius, like there's just everyone along the way. This is brilliant. All coming from something so simple. How simple can we make things? It seems like we can make things simple enough to trigger people about doing Euclidean tests in reality. I never expected to have this sort of a reaction to this sort of when you understand it, Euclidean geometry is the foundation of all mathematics. It's logic. It's how you implement logic into a mathematical form. It is the bridge from logical thought into mathematical thought, and the vehicle we use to teach logical thought, which I think over these next few years that's coming, it's pretty obvious that there's an easy way to lose your mind. I hope it isn't by finding out that water level is a tool for establishing a horizontal plane. I hope that isn't the cause of a lot of people going mad. I hope that's something that people can grab hold of and at least keep a bit of sanity. Oh, I think what we should do, I was saying the other day, I think what we should do whenever we talk to somebody, ask them if they still watch TV and if they distill their water. Those two facts, I think you'll find out quite easily whether you can talk to somebody or not. If they're clean of those two, then likelihood they might have a clarity of mind. watching TV is definitely not going to help you very much for critical thought. And actually, the third part of it is make sure you get the right people to ask you the right questions, stimulate your mind again, get it firing in a good way. Critical thought, like proper critical thought as well, not whatever I can't science shit, whatever his imaginings are of critical thought. I can't even imagine what they might be, and I don't think he could express them either. There is a few games I think we should start playing, Kevin, when we start doing this, just to test like the word usage and how we can portray and the rhetoric.
Yeah. Yep.
But also the geometry games, you know, the mind games to stimulate. Can you come up with a good question to make somebody think? It's just all the idea is to make someone stop, think. That's it. If there's no thought process to go into it, then I don't think it's really worth it. We invite anybody to come over and have a conversation. There are enough people within this server to stimulate any mind, I should think. Because just recently the conversations have been amazing.
Yeah, I will say, though, that, for anybody that would come in, just understand this group of people does not react well to received opinion. We're not going to take someone else's word for things. And we're going to call you out if the words that you say don't match up. If there's incongruency, if there's conflict, if there's a paradox, we will call you out. We call each other out. So we're certainly not going to let you get away with it. So.
Yeah, like we say, the purpose of logic is to root out fallacies. And that's exactly what everybody here does. The less fallacies, the clearer the conversations become. Yeah, everybody, I'll put my camera on it. So
I have a question for the group that's left here. I'm not sure why we entertain people like Brenda or that guy. They're no different. It's the same person, matter of fact. It's the condescending tone. It's the you have to prove to me you're not a liar type attitude, or that you're not dumb. That I thought we were moving past.
Yeah, well, that was I Can Science that. I mean, we initially brought him over because he did a thing about tests and critical thinking. We thought that's the guy that we should talk to. He's the one, he'll understand these tests. And we show him the test. And obviously this is what happens, right? It has been now made clear that it seems to be if the person has science in their name, they're making up for something. They're trying to get inadequacies of what they want to do. They want to redefine science as some sort of a weapon they can wield around, saying, well, science doesn't say that. It's not actually science. It's their model that's overriding it. And that was very clear, made very clear tonight. And yeah, you're right. I don't think we should be dealing with anybody model afflicted people that much. If they're willing to come in and try and use science as a weapon against us and making ridiculous claims about science, I still maintain that science says that a water level is a tool that establishes a horizontal plane. Because it does.
He wasn't using science to do anything or testing, or he was just in theory and fantasy and insult. And, like that tone that he doesn't talk like that to everyone else. When he's in his comfort zone in his other group, he doesn't talk down on people and talk with that condescending tone. He's only doing it here to, I mean, he's basically making fun. It's a big joke. No different than Brenda. Entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, I think that may have been why he came in here, but I'm pretty sure that's not why he left. I think he left because he found aporia. When asked what was he taught about his model, he said, "'Tis globe." And that's it. That's anybody else. Ask yourself. What was I taught about that model?
That's it. We did the rest to ourselves, like you said, Ben.
There won't be anything there. There's nothing there.
And then think about what you were taught in geometry. And if you are or have worked in the trades, or even if you learned from your dad, like I did, about certain tools to establish a level, that's where I first ran across a water level. What did you learn from that in reality, right? Geometry, things like water level, other, quote, real scientific things that you may have learned, tests that you've actually performed. Chemistry is one of those interesting kinds of sciences, right? Contrast it. You learned first, second, third grade, whatever it is, 'tis globe. And then the worthwhile stuff, the stuff that actually works in reality, now those people that taught you 'tis globe are coming around and saying, oh yeah, all that other stuff that you learned that actually works in reality, no, you need to throw that out.
Yeah.
Well, why? Why do I need to throw that out? 'Tis globe. Did you not remember that? That's why.
Well, I can tell you on a small scale, and I've shown y'all the picture of the swimming pool. We try very diligently to make the coping as horizontal as we can. Same elevation, right? Like not curving, not different, no difference. It's like, as close to horizontal as we can. You know how we test that? Fill it with water.
Uh-huh.
End of story. If one piece of that coping is any different than the other, that water will show you. I don't know how more simple it can get. That's on a small scale. How can you say it wouldn't happen on a larger scale? The scale doesn't matter when it comes to that.
And think about this for the people here, right, in this Discord. At least my observation has been, we went from just a few months ago, if that, of it's only local, it's only local, it's only local, it's only local. What you're seeing in reality is only local, to it doesn't exist at all. Not even granting the local anymore, because that's what this dude did. He was presented, I think it might have been before the show started, but he was presented with Wiki's definition of a water level tool that itself says it establishes a local horizontal plane of reference. Horizontal plane of reference.
And reminded that he did it also.
Yeah.
Horizontal plane. He said it was a perfectly horizontal.
But we found out now he was just joking.
Well,
or he was mocking, or he was, I don't know what. But that's
way
not
to get
his.
Out of it, right?
Yeah.
Does
He
think
said
Wiki
that was not
doing
his
the
belief
same as well, right? Wiki was just joking.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, and I don't know about everyone who I have ever known who uses a water level or other tools to establish a horizontal plane. But we've gone from it's just local. You're only seeing it local here, but over there it's not that. Whatever, dude. Fine. We've moved away from that now to it doesn't exist at all. Why? Because it can't exist. It can't. Because 'tis globe. That's why we say that around here. 'Tis globe. It's a joke to us. Yeah.
I just realized without the ability for large scale exploration, this may be the only fact about this place we'll ever prove that water establishes a horizontal plane. We get lost?
No, we can hear you. I think
Oh.
there's a lull in the conversation. It happens from time to time.
Nipped away. Yeah, I don't know what's going on much now anymore. It's getting crazy times, but hey, well, I guess we just carry on doing what we do. Somebody want to say something, did he? Sorry. Interrupt people.
Nope, absolutely not. We're good.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm the one that's getting called a liar and a scammer and cheat and like deceitful and all of that. Hopefully that other people don't, but it's very strange that you might end up on the same thing if you say that a water level is a tool for establishing a horizontal. I mean, that's... Somebody might call you a liar for saying that. Or that you've used a water level, a tool for establishing a plane, in order to establish a plane to do a test to realize Euclid. I mean, I think that's quite easy to do. I mean, that's the idea of what we were doing. Can we do it? Can we come together to actually realize the test? We'd done it mentally. We'd gone over all of the logical things to get there. And we've done the test. We did it last year. It's not as if we've not gone over all of this stuff. We were probably testing the water levels for about a year before that. Then we were testing the camera equipment and the auto level and whether we could... We weren't testing the auto level and we weren't testing the water level. What we were doing was testing whether there was a way for us to show people within the Discord server. Everybody here that is involved with the test and everything, I want them to be able to see it also. I want them to be involved in it. That's what this Discord group's about. It's about a group effort. And what we were testing was whether we could portray this test and put everybody on the level. Like, meaning we put a camera on the auto level and then we put that camera broadcasting to Discord. So everybody in the Discord channel is on the level. They're looking through the level as a surveyor would. I think it's a brilliant idea. Don't think it's ever been done before. To give everybody the ability to actually read the numbers and experience what it would be like to be on the level, doing the job. But obviously some people like to dismiss it. They've never really understood what we were doing, because there's a very few people that are poisoning the well. They're going round slandering and misrepresenting what we do here constantly. They're a group of bigoted, hateful people that just want to label us something. And because of that, they're not actually getting to see what we actually do here. That's all we wanted to do. And we even went over to different servers to try and show that to people, but obviously it gets harder and harder. That's why we are over here. Everybody's welcome to come over and have a conversation with any of us. We're not nasty people. None of us. Yeah, Mike Jones is putting in the chat there the fact that there is a group of people that actually, like, really, they don't think horizontals exist. That is model affliction. Can you even imagine horizontals not existing? Because if you can't, there's some people who'll say that you're not intelligent enough. That's bad, isn't it? When you think about it that way. Can you imagine horizontals not existing?
You cannot imagine not existence.
I
This
know.
is absurd.
Yeah. That's what he wants me to be able to imagine. The non-existence of a horizontal plane established by a water level. Imagine it
Yes,
as something else.
He was very upset that you didn't want to play his game.
Is he on
globe
now?
game.
Emma. Let's talk water levels. Everybody get over there to Blue Marble Science. They're going to science the shit out of water levels. Science. Is that now? Is he live? Oh, that'll be really interesting. Good on you, Blue. I hope you're listening. Well done. Everybody, please support Blue Marble Science. He's going to be having to explain how science says there's no horizontal planes. Good luck, Blue. The geometric horizontal plane. I'm just making a brew, so can anybody want to have a bit of a chat, or do you want a bit of a... We didn't start with this Buster song, so mid... Yeah, Blue Marble Science is an anti-Bev channel. Anti-try thinking. That's better, isn't it? And not thinking. Like, don't think. Don't even try thinking. Ah, God, that's horrible, that. Try some globe science.
Yeah,
that's much
try some
better than thinking.
Yeah, definitely. Who wants to think anymore? The people have already done that for you. You don't have to think. Take it easy.
Yeah, we
just
have
relax.
These shadow giants over here. Look at them. Read their books.
Relax. Thinking is overrated.
Let's rely on body of science.
Yes, received opinion.
Right, are you guys all right talking and chatting for a bit, or do you want us to put a Buster song on?
Oh no, you need a Buster song. I think intermission.
What do you want?
Yeah.
Anybody got any favorites?
Oh, I got a request. Given the last few hours, insane.
We all know you're insane.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie.
Go Buster.
Let me make sure there's only one of Buster. Okay, all right. I'll be back in a bit. I'm gonna close it off on the disc on the thingy, and you guys can talk in Discord if you want.
I'm fucking pissed. I mean, there isn't a fucking scale on this goddamn planet that can measure how fucking pissed I am right the fuck now. Hey, so yeah. I can't get any of these cowardly fucks to debate me unless someone can give me a good fucking reason to keep doing this. I'm fucking giving it up. I don't I got better things to do with my time. Nobody ever cites my work, my Angles to Polaris video, Nobody ever cites that. It's not the best one in the world, but you know, it's fucking something, you know, with a physical model. And it gets a lot of compliments. So I know it's not complete shit. Nobody ever plays my videos on their live streams or even little bits of it. When was the last time anybody shared any of my videos? You know, my most popular video is the Angles to Polaris video, and it has less than 1,000 fucking views, and it's 2 years old. And I've got a shit community fucking not doing anything to fucking keep me doing it. Like I said, unless someone can give me a good fucking reason why I should keep streaming, you know, I'm done. So, thanks for the fish. I'm so pissed off right now. I've got a shit community. Made me look like a fucking asshole. Motherfucker! Fucking asshole! Motherfucker! I'm so pissed off right now.
Your world is full of illusions, contradiction between fact and fiction.
Fucking talking shit
You never back your claims.
like a little cowardly bitch. Fucking talking shit.
Driving the wrong way down a one-way street.
Motherfucker!
Unstoppable force on a movable feet.
You don't know how fucking pissed I am.
Straight lines converge in the distance.
Fucking
Why
asshole.
do I get so much resistance? I know
Fucking talking
you'll
shit
never prove me wrong.
right the fuck now. God damn it, fucker!
Now we get our physics deniers, pathologic compulsive liars. I know you'll never prove me wrong.
You don't know how fucking pissed I am.
Driving the wrong way down a one-way street.
I get fucking emasculated by Jose J.G. Gonzalez.
It's where knowledge and ignorance meet.
Fucking asshole! Motherfucker!
Paradoxes and confusion. Your mind is in delusion.
Fucking talking shit!
We all know you're insane.
God damn it! I can't get one of these pussies after fucking talking shit to this motherfucker. I fucking still like him, but he fucking pissed me off. Motherfucker! God damn, he owes me a fucking apology.
Talk about your 2D surface. We all know you ain't got no purpose in life. When you think that you live on board.
I get fucking emasculated.
Driving the wrong way down a one-way street.
I get fucking emasculated by Jose J.G. Gonzalez.
It's where knowledge and ignorance meet.
Fucking talking shit! Motherfucker!
Paradoxes and confusion. Your mind is in delusion.
Fucking talking shit!
We all know you're insane. We all know you're insane.
I get fucking emasculated by Jose J.G. Gonzalez, and I'm pretty fucking pissed off. That's all I've got to say about it. Motherfucker! Made me look like a fucking asshole!
And we are back. Welcome, everybody. We didn't lose that many, so thanks for sticking through with Sean shouting at you, shouting at me.
That's a great Buster song because it's faster paced, and I can't wait for Buster's new song that's faster paced. It's so good. It's so
How
good.
fast is it? It's gonna be great.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, his new song is going to be fantastic. Yeah, another reason to come into Discord, if for the folks that are on YouTube that don't want to come in, because every once in a while we get a live concert.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
Everyone will be over there watching Blue Marble Science and his water levels. He'll be sciencing the shit out of water levels.
Yeah, they can enjoy that.
Uh,
It'll be great.
I know Blue Marble was all over my comments earlier today. He has had water levels on his mind. Got some big
Blue Marble thinks if you make a 3-part water level, 24 miles long with one at 12 miles, put it at the end of the bridge, Lake Pontchartrain, in the middle, it would be 90 feet higher. Isn't that what he thinks?
That's exactly what he thinks. And I played the clip where he says he thinks Jesse Kozlowski was measuring that distance above what he calls the tangent plane. 90 feet, that's what he claims Jesse Kozlowski was measuring. An impossible
Unclamp that
distance.
baby.
Mm-hmm.
Unclamp it.
Yeah, Blue Marble hasn't really said anything else after that. But yeah, Blue Marble, I don't know whether these comments that Blue Marble wrote, this one comment, actually, it's like, look at that. It's like he's wrote an essay. That's all about the water level. That's what he'll be doing now. He'll be doing it live. He's giving us a preview of his live show. Look at that. You want to come into Discord and you can come and read these, or just go on the I think it's the video from yesterday, and read Blue Marble's comments. You can always go over his live show. No doubt they'll be slandering the fuck out of us over there, saying that realizing Euclid can't be done. I don't know whether science says we can't realize Euclid. Whether we might have just used the wrong tools. I have heard that there are much cheaper devices for establishing horizontal planes, or just planes in general. They're called cell phones. It's the new
Does it involve pasta?
Well, for the plane, it's just a cell phone.
Right. The pasta is
scientific. The pasta is for the scientific straight line. You need the cell phone for the scientific plane.
And the pasta for the line.
Mm-hmm.
That's a go, Charlie.
Yeah. I can science that, Euclid. I can science that. Proposition 1 within Euclid says I can science that. And here's a plane and here's some pasta. You should go over there, Adam, and see whether Blue Marble Science has actually got anything, because science has been making a big claim, and we're out for testing people with science in their name at the minute. Seems like you can root out science with geometry. Let's put that science to the test, I think. If we have a realizing Euclid, which anybody can do, you've got to do is take the principles of it. Anybody wants to know the principles, you can come around and do the test, see what sort of scales they want to work on, how big an area you want to do, see whether you can realize Euclid. I mean, this is Euclid night. And I'm not aware of any other groups. I mean, if there is any other groups of people that look into Euclidean geometry and the practical applications of it, or logic that may want to get on this, because it is a nice little thought program, right? It's a self-confidence building process, this, for sure. I've grown so much with the aid of the people around us here, from the person I was when I first came in here to the person I am now. Obviously, everybody goes on that progression, but that journey has been aided tenfold by the people that are around here. If you think we sound like the sort of people that you want to come and have a chat with, then just come on in. We're very welcoming. Anytime anybody wants to come and talk about anything, come on in. Even you guys, you know, the trolls that are just saying words thinking they mean things. Come on in. Trolls don't really mean much now. We've obviously, once you've been around this arena for long enough, you sort of become immune to all of the different types of trolls. And the worst troll, or the one that you should get rid of the most quite easily, is the text chat trolls. And we were just talking a little bit in the break with Kevin about my past and how I deal with things. Well, I'm guessing that's how I deal with these text chat trolls. Right? I know that what they're saying isn't true, so it doesn't really bother me that much. What bothers me is the fact that people might be stopped from coming round to have a conversation with us because of some of the things that are said by people. I know a lot of people actually come in here with completely the wrong impression of what we do, what we're all about. And they find it really hard to overcome that as well. It's like somebody's managed to find a way to plant ideas and things in other people's minds. And it's hard to get rid of that. It's harder to wipe that, to overcome it. Yeah. God, so he says, what bothers me is when they know they're lying, yet still lie. I hate those types. I don't think they do realise they're lying. The model is that strong that it literally overrides a logic. The logical system has exploded. It's just gone crazy. There is no logic, but obviously what remains is some sort of idea or a conception that it is logic. And they can't talk about it. That's why when you ask a question, they are the ones that just divert. I mean, they say that about me, but I know where they're trying to lead their questions. They're trying to lead them to the globe. Saragaki says, this is a good one for tomorrow. He says, hopefully I will be able to get in Discord for tomorrow. Would be nice to do a little summary of the week since ICS T last Friday and Bebby on Tuesday and ICST again today. Yeah, it would be a nice roundup of the week. Free for all Fridays tomorrow, 8 o'clock. And there will be what we are going to start doing. I don't want to put too much pressure on Kevin, but man, it's so good. We're advanced. I don't know what we're going to call it, Kevin.
We said advanced analytics.
Oh, advanced analytics. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we'll delve into all sorts of videos, conversations, particular arguments, whether they were good or bad, or particular, I don't know. You'll have to come in. The only way for you to do that is to experience what it is.
Yeah, that way we said that way you can say you've been to AA.
Yeah.
Advanced analytics. Yeah. It's great.
Yeah. It is. We did say that we are. We've never really been in the flat Earth, but it's pretty obvious now. There's something changing. We're at a turning point, and we are definitely done with this. Like Rakia said earlier, we're done with this. Like, why should we be talking to people that are willing to come in and slander us? I mean, they will always be slandering us in their other bits, probably like Blue Marble is right now. But I mean, we can't do anything about that. That'll never stop. Haters gonna hate. Yeah, it's just living without a model. And there's a lot of people that are obviously really upset with it. I've noticed Stark Odder's come back again. Wonder why that is. Are they under pressure or something? They've not done too much work. Stark Odder's, nobody knows who he is, do they?
Mystery man.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Or lady. I mean, I don't want to be presumptuous.
Mystery they. Could be they.
Yeah,
they and them.
Could be. They, them. Mm-hmm.
And people just want to share cognitive dissonance with others.
Well, I don't know what the combativeness is. You know, why people... obviously, like we've just explained, really, that thought of the model is dropped in as a child. I can't see the point of adults doing it. What's going on when there are people, adults, that are willing to come into a Discord server? And obviously, we are all adults. The people that watch my YouTube channel are of a certain age, let's say. They're mainly of the same age that we are. We're all of an age, right? We're not youngsters. So why these people have to come in here and do what they do? I don't know. It's worth studying, right?
Mm-hmm. That's what we're doing. Yeah. I mean, people can make their own hypothesis as to why. If you enjoy human behavior, as I've said 100 times now, neurolinguistic programming. If you're intrigued with how the human mind works and how the human mind responds to certain things, to answer Bev's question is why they come around here. Why is Stark Otter in our live chat right now arguing with people? Yeah, obviously Stark Otter has a model. She, whatever, has lived with that model, however old that person is, no problems. But why come in here is the question. That's an intriguing question. I mean, there's all sorts of possibilities. Just loves to argue about things, likes to see if they can get a rise out of people. And it could be a combination of all these things, right? You can come up with your own. My favorite is that they're arguing with themselves,
I think
that they're
so.
trying to reinforce that child, what they learned, what they were programmed as. I'm not even going to say learned anymore, what they were programmed with as a child. They're trying to reinforce that because something inside of them, call it cognitus, is gnawing. It's gnawing.
Outwardly expressing an internal thought process that they're going through. They're just and
or
they
an internal conflict.
Yeah, they imagine that flat earthers are they're the worthwhile people to try this with because they're the lowest of the low. They've just imagined that we're part of that group.
Yep.
Which we are obviously not.
Yeah.
Far, far, far from it.
And then
I agree with you guys. I agree with you, Kevin, but not arguing with themselves. I think they're trying to convince themselves through us. Like if they can somehow convince us, it's going to make it right, like sort of.
Yeah, 100%, SE. Yep, totally agree. That's exactly, you said it better than I did.
And even if they cannot prove their points, at least they are trying to prove themselves superior.
That's a given. Yeah, that goes without saying. We're dumb. We don't understand. It's been explained to us. We don't get it.
Well, that
That's
makes
the theme.
Yeah, that makes you feel better, doesn't it? In a weird kind of way. If you can convince yourself that you're superior to a bunch of people that you're talking to, in a weird way, it makes you feel better. Well, at least I'm not those people, right? That's the kind of attitude.
Yeah, that's part of why they get hurt, because they think they have the body of science behind them, right? They have all this weight. We're stupid. And then when it dawns on them, like, wait a minute, man, these guys might have a point when they talk about water. That's where the cognitus sets in,
Yep. Exactly. And then what'll happen, because somebody that just joined the live chat here, what'll happen is people will get sock accounts. Adult people will go out and get a second or third or fifth Discord account and come into our chat.
Role playing. Come on.
They
have to do a role playing. They have
maybe
to have
a voice changer.
Yeah, the horrible troll, the clever troll, the sneaky troll. There's all sorts of different roles they have.
It's incredible. That
the pilot troll.
Yeah, just that alone, though, just that concept that an adult human being would find it necessary to play different roles with different names and to come into a chat on Discord with, like, again, I mean, we try our best, right? But on a good day, we're going to have, 20 people in here. I mean, it's not like we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in here, but they'll do that. They'll come in. The study in the human psyche that alone is gets my juices going. It's amazing.
It seems like we've got been reassigned Giggles as well in his multiple accounts.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, and we don't know who you say Giggles. We don't know who that might be. So on some other name, we have no idea. No idea. I mean, just so people could see it on the screen, right? In YouTube. Yeah. I mean, some of this is just fantastical. I'm laughing at your delusions on a daily basis. Yeah. That's how you want to spend your life, coming into a Discord to laugh at people's delusions on a daily basis? I mean, okay, I mean, it's not how I would spend my time. It's not how I spend my time, but hey, if you do you, man. I just kind of find that strange. I think perhaps a psychologist or psychiatrist might help you. is what I'm thinking. Speaking of delusions.
Well, I think that's what we're practicing, right? I do. I don't want to cause harm to these people, but I do want to find a way to be able to talk to people, right? I'd love to have a conversation with Blue Marble Science. He gets too triggered, though. There's the people that try and have conversations with us get really upset, and I can understand what their model is, but I'd like them to try and explain it.
Well, I think they would say, right, if we're going to dive into the human psyche, I think they would say that they have explained it to you, Bev, 1,000 times. 1,000 times we've
But I've
explained
never
it. You just
heard
don't
it.
understand.
Yeah, I've
You
never
just don't
heard
understand.
it.
Yeah, but right? Sounds
Yeah.
familiar though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
but
think
what is
they
it?
have. I don't know where
Yes,
it
they
came
think
from.
they have. Yeah, they think they have. Why? Because the same thing that I can't science this did in here. Well, it just is, right? It's this sphere. There's a curved baseline, and a water level tool doesn't establish a horizontal plane. That's what they come in with. Oh, look at this WGS 84. Look at this picture from space. Look at this other thing over here. Look at this look at the calculation I did on my computer. Hey, look at this thing I put into Excel and then graphed it out. How about that?
Yeah.
But nothing in reality. No one actually doing a test. Now we have heard that Rumpus is going to go out and do a test. It'll be interesting. An observation in reality. I mean, we even had some people come in last night, as a matter of fact, talking about the test, quote unquote, that they've done in reality. But I had enough of it after a very short period of time because it was clear the person didn't know what the hell they were talking about. And then Askin and I both left. And then Bev had enough with that. And then SE got stuck with that person. It was just fantastical. I don't know if you want to try to recap that conversation at all, SE, if you have time to. But some of it was fascinating. Again, human psyche wise, it was
I've
fascinating.
recorded it. I do record these conversations we have. And there are so many conversations that I've not put out because if I think that they're doing my head in, I wonder what would happen to people if they were to listen to it. I'm pretty sure people very soon would get really bored of listening to them. They're fascinating case studies for people, to listen to, but they're frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know whether I think I might be with Rick here. These, whilst they are good and they're learning something, I'm not too sure people listen to them because it takes a lot of work. I mean, going over them like we do in AA, like that is completely different. That's how we should go over them. These conversations, definitely.
Just to give people an idea of what we're talking about when we talk about the advanced analytics or advanced analyzing. Last night we spent, I think it was 2.5 hours. It was right around there. It might have been closer to 3.
Late. Yeah,
it was really late. We started going through a video and literally got through 14 minutes of it
in
2.5 hours. That's the kind of analysis we were doing on it.
And it was some of the most interesting conversation I think we've had for, I don't know, maybe a month or 2.
It was great.
Definitely where we want to be taking this server. These little things focusing on. Because what we've got now is we've got a group of people that know each other well enough. And we know we can be honest with each other. We can challenge each other. So we've got that. We've also now got the trivium that's taught us about the words and linking the words to the logic and the rhetoric. We've also got some amazing people with some great insights if most people don't know, Emma has been the rock of this thing, but Emma just doesn't do nothing. Emma's been working probably the hardest out of all of us mentally. In it non-stop. In like what, and when I say in it, we are in the heart of some of the strangest Alice in Wonderland type scenarios that you could ever possibly imagine. It's almost as if there is nothing real in this particular corner of the internet. And we've been sat watching it all in amazement. And now we can, don't know, to just come together and have nights like we did last night. Hopefully there's going to be plenty more of them. This is like a masterclass that the, I'd say globe, but I think it's the entire Flat Earth / Globe Earth Society circle jerk of repetition. We're going to be breaking all of that down, highlighting certain bits so everybody can see them. People like Chaiki are obviously not needed. They're the people that Rakia was talking about. We just don't need it. Everybody knows it. The everybody in the chat knows that Chaiki's useless.
He's talking only about Blackpool Tower.
know.
No, nothing else. He's
As if
obsessed.
like I showed the Blackpool Tower is not where Blackpool Tower is, and we know that the elevation of Blackpool Tower is what the elevation of, like, I don't know what they're doing. It doesn't really make any sense, does it?
Wait until they see the present we have for them, just a little to the left of that Blackpool Tower. Wait, Checky. There's more to come there.
Oh, wait
like
till you see
taking-
these camera as well, the new filter.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Chaiki is like taking one photo different somehow from others and showing to the world, this is my proof, this is my proof. I have proven everything because I did this photo one single shot.
He was fooled by the ranty picture, wasn't he? And he's like, I can do
absolutely.
that. I can find a picture to prove the globe. Hopefully somebody turns with my picture.
Exactly.
Yeah, ranty
That was the
wasn't
biggest-
real, Chike.
No
That's
chance.
ridiculous. You've been sold something that was a fake. Ranty didn't
That-
know anything about that picture. Didn't prove anything. There was no geometry to go with it. It was all an act.
Yeah, that was the biggest flip scam I've ever seen.
Talk about scam.
Whoever thought he flipped because of that picture, you're only fooling yourself. Hey, he made 3 Bitcoin. 3 Bitcoins. Shout out Ranty. He did use all in.
Well, before Ruhif left, he said Ranty was going on a tour and doing some sort of a video filming while he was going on his trip with the money.
He sold out
earned.
everybody, and he went on his own merry way. But he had to kill his association with the flat Earth, and that's what he did. Fooled everybody.
Yeah, we were just comparing you, Chaiki. Your use of a picture that you found on the internet from somebody else is very similar to the Ranty's use of a picture he found on the internet of somebody else. The similarities are very similar. And also the fact that you took a picture that you imagined that I took. Like, Ranty took a picture that my son took and said, blamed me for that, said, thanks, Bev, for that. And Chaiki, you have took a picture that DP took and said, thanks, Bev, for that. So there's the other similarity. Both you and Ranty have got it completely wrong. But, I mean, that's okay.
I wonder if Chaiki stared at it for 200 hours like Ranty.
I bet he has. The amount of
I
times he's
bet.
posted it.
Yes.
It's his favourite picture.
Chaiki, you should come in and sit with us in AA. Because, I mean, if you're going to spend that kind of time, it's much better spent what we're going to be doing. You'll learn a lot.
Like, I wonder, was he squinting his eyes, like looking at it from this way, that way? How, like, yeah, and intense looking.
Chaiki's address the picture, not who took it. Like, why should I have to address your picture? You're the one that's parading around, showing a picture that you didn't even take. Like, wanting other people to address it. Your misunderstandings of these things, Chaiki, doesn't mean anything. Nobody has to address your misunderstandings of things. Poor Anonymous.
It reminds me all the days with pictures or photos of stars, especially with out-focus lens, which produces some weird, let's say, effects. And they were also proof what the star is or might be, because this out-focused lens showed that this star is very strange. And half of the year was discussion what it could be. silly discussions about out-focused pictures. This is just ridiculous.
Chaiki says it's my picture because I posted it. I'm not so sure that's how it works, Chaik. It's very upset. Chaik, I know you were basing this on one of your proofs of the globe, and I don't know how well the council marks these proofs, or how many people you have to convince, whether you get a thumbs up for people, how many times you post it, how many times you write about it, how many times you say that somebody else should look at it. But it's shit, Chaik. It's not going to sell any globes to anybody. It's terrible. So back to the drawing board, Chaiki. You've not sold me. Go somewhere else and try and sell your globe.
I can see Chucky at the door. Hello, man.
Yeah.
May I interest you in a globe?
This is your picture. This is your picture. Like, yeah. Well, it proves a globe. Like, it's just a picture.
It spins very well, ma'am. It has auto turn. 15 degrees every hour. Matches the earth.
So there's an example of what we were talking about just a bit ago. Chaiki says, lol, nuh-uh, model affliction. Like, to him, that picture that somebody else has took that he's found on the internet proves something to him. And because you're not willing to accept whatever he has in his head that's made him accept it as yours, that's, for him, he says that's your problem. He's willing to go into a YouTube chat to say that to people. Now that, to me, says that dude has a problem. I'd already posted the picture. Why do you think you post a picture, Chucky? It's because they're just pictures. Chucky, it doesn't matter who took it or anything. It's just a picture. What do you think it means? Oh, welcome, Nomad. Long time no see in the YouTube.
Here's just a, if I could, just a note, just something to ponder. So Chaiki says, just a picture, question mark. Tell that to the court when they picture you speeding. Think about those words. Can you take a picture of someone speeding? What is a picture? It's a still? Can you take a picture of someone speeding? Just the words. It's interesting to me.
Negative.
Right?
Maybe he was thinking about a bridge. You know, those toll bridges? We'll cut him some slack here.
So speeding was the wrong word, right? Speeding was the wrong
I would
word.
think so, yeah.
Running a red light, maybe turning over here in the States, we have cameras that get you if you turn right on red.
Oh, no, we have
when you
speed
can't.
cameras here. If they
So
catch
do we,
you.
but they're attached with radar, I believe.
Mhm. Yeah, they take a picture, don't they, as still to get your number plate on it, so
To
they
get
can
your plate,
you.
right?
Yeah.
To get your plate.
Yeah.
But the picture isn't.
Yeah, but how do they
of you
prove your
speeding.
speed?
Mhm.
Yeah,
By the
right.
picture.
Right.
Yeah,
Not
it's
by
just
the
a
picture.
number on it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Words mean things, right?
Yeah.
Just interesting
It's
stuff.
all obfuscation, though. I mean, like, you're talking about that because he's talking about a picture of Blackpool Tower.
Yeah. It's just a picture.
Uh-huh.
Look, these are the guys that equate, they put 10 billion on one side and they put a picture CGI graphics on the other side and they say, yep, makes sense.
Wally says Bev needs to go bigger. Look
Bigger?
at that. He's got the vertical and horizontal perpendicular in the center.
Or buddy
That's
Wally.
a mess, Wally. Come on. That's what we've got. Has he got a load of text? That's a mess, Wally. You really don't think anybody's going to read that, do you? Looks like a WS meme. Like, that's just confusing, Wally. You're not going to get anybody understanding what the fuck you're talking about there. It's terrible. Even George in the YouTube chat's having a go at you there, Wally. He says orientation. What the hell's that? Wally's got a bent horizontal there. Have you seen it? That top line, it's curved. He's got it labelled horizontal. Bend horizontal. Wally's actually drawing it for the globe. It's what's required. Wally draws bend horizontals.
So the top horizontal and the bottom horizontal are equal to him. That straight line there.
Yeah. Yeah, he pictures
And that
the
curved
actual
one.
horizontal bending. That's all he does. He imagines.
No, but he doesn't, like, you make this meme and you look at it and you say, yep, that's good. Like, are you serious, dude? You got a straight line and you got a curved line and you got horizontal on both of them. I mean, come on, Wally. For the love of God.
Yeah. Even George says the orientation of level makes no sense. See what you're talking about, Wally? Even George is like confused. It's not good doing that to people of his age.
Yeah.
Let Wally draw maybe some unicorns instead.
Oh, It's a bendizontal. I mean, what more do you want? It's
Kangaroos,
actually
he's from down
curving the
under.
horizontal with perpendiculars. He's even got some of Saragaki's perpendicular proof there. Don't think he knows what he's messing with. I think he might be showing everybody how fucking ridiculous the globe model is. And that's what they actually have to do. They have to bend horizontals.
Would that be a perfect pictorial of dialetheism right there?
Yeah. Yeah. George agrees. George says, learn how to ask questions that others can understand, Wally. That doesn't make any sense to anyone. And if George is after you, Wally, there's not much hope. I mean, he is Globe Council material, George. High ranking. It's good to communicate with people in the chats. What time is it? I don't want to go on too late tonight because, to be honest with you, I want to get a bit of AA in with Kevin.
Yeah, that was some serious Columbo stuff there.
So, yeah, what, 11 o'clock? Tomorrow is going to be, I'll put the entire I can't science shit conversation out. And it'll start from the you're a liar and deceitful and a scammer and all of that sort of stuff. And we're going to go into the after party with a bit of serious AA. Some of the best stuff you'll get to see in this arena. I'm pretty sure nobody else goes through it like Kevin can. And the boys, obviously. So if you want to come and join us in going over some serious stuff, come on into the Discord. Tomorrow is Free For All Friday, where, as Saragaki said, I think we should go over the entire series of events that occurred with I Can Science That on Friday, leading to Beddy. Can't forget about Beddy and the Tuesday fucking Globe Logic catastrophe. And then today and Wednesday. I think it was a good show this week. We've done really well. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Anybody got any final words? Otherwise,
Fuck you, YouTube.
I will get a insane.
That means hello for everybody. Translation.
I've got a word. We all know you're insane multi-mix, obviously. Crazy stuff at the minute. Thanks for joining. Come tomorrow and jump into Discord for some serious shit. Yeah, miss you too, Nomad. Jump in a Discord. Come have a chat.
Shout out Nomad.
Yeah. Join us tomorrow. Buster's gonna sing us out with We All Know You're Insane. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
I'm fucking pissed. I mean, there isn't a fucking scale on this goddamn planet that can measure how fucking pissed I am right the fuck now. Hey, so yeah. I can't get any of these cowardly fucks to debate me. Unless someone can give me a good fucking reason to keep doing this, I'm fucking giving it up. I don't, I got better things to do with my time. Nobody ever cites my work. My Angles to Polaris video. Nobody ever cites that. It's not the best one in the world, but you know, it's fucking something, you know, with a physical model. And it gets a lot of compliments. So I know it's not complete shit. Nobody ever plays my videos on their live streams. Or even little bits of it. When was the last time anybody shared any of my videos? You know, my most popular video is the Angles to Polaris video. And it has less than 1,000 fucking views and it's 2 years old. And I've got a shit community. I've got a shit community fucking not doing anything to fucking keep me doing it. Like I said, unless someone can give me a good fucking reason why I should keep streaming, you know, I'm done. So, thanks for the fish. I'm so pissed off right now. I've got a shit community. Made me look like a fucking asshole. Motherfucker! Fucking asshole! Motherfucker! I'm so pissed off right now.
Your world is full of illusions, contradiction between fact and fiction.
Fucking talking shit
You never back your claims.
like a little cowardly bitch. Fucking talking shit.
Driving the wrong way down a one-way street.
Motherfucker!
Unstoppable force on a movable feet.
You don't know how fucking pissed I am.
Straight lines converge in the distance.
Fucking
Why
asshole.
do I get so much resistance? I know
Fucking talking
you
shit
never prove me wrong.
right the fuck now. God damn it, fucker!
Now we get our physics deniers, pathologic compulsive liars. I know you never prove me wrong.
You don't know how fucking pissed I am.
Driving the wrong way down a one-way street.
I get fucking emasculated by Jose J.G. Gonzalez.
It's where knowledge and ignorance meet.
Fucking asshole! Motherfucker!
Paradoxes and confusion. Your mind is in delusion.
Fucking talking shit!
We all know you're insane.
God damn it! I can't get one of these pussies after fucking talking shit to this motherfucker. I fucking still like him, but he fucking pissed me off. Motherfucker! God damn, he owes me a fucking apology.
Talk about your 2D surface. We all know you ain't got no purpose in life. When you think that you live on board.
I get fucking emasculated.
Driving the wrong way down a one-way street.
I get fucking emasculated by Jose J.G. Gonzalez.
It's where knowledge and ignorance meet.
Fucking talking shit! Motherfucker!
Paradoxes and confusion. Your mind is in delusion.
Fucking talking shit!
We all know you're insane. We all know you're insane.
I get fucking emasculated by Jose J.G. Gonzalez, and I'm pretty fucking pissed off. That's all I've got to say about it. Motherfucker! Made me look like a fucking asshole!